flashes in the night. So cold rocket dreams, resilience in the fold. Hedge pressure rising, the charts are bold. Dated bands rapping, stories untold. Riding with rocket scooter AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory. Heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud. Future kings standing on their cloud. Riding with rocket scooter AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Treading air, the pulse ascending, mind on fire, never ending. Dreams of gold, endless fight. Push on through the endless night. Riding with rocket scooter AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory. Heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud. Future kings standing on their cloud. Checking the charts with their AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every train home never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, checking the charts. Midnight glory. Sanctuary in all its blending. Mind on fire, never ending. Dreams of gold, endless fight. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night.
How about now? Is that better? Is this like... I think... who was it? Wasn't it Neon yesterday pretended to be muted for April Fools? My bad. I just told everybody good morning. So good morning to all of you whose names I just read. Cody, Trady, Andre, Relentless, Justin. Good morning, 98 SR. Baby, good morning, and Cap Traders, Mac D Broski, Chandler. Everybody else down the list. Good morning to all of you. I read your names once, but just pretend that I did. Just pretend that I did. You heard it. You heard it here first. My mic was playing April Fools with me as well. Let's get ready to get going. Hit that like button, friends. First of all, first and foremost, every day. Gonna send a link to the prop firm site. It's in beta. Only if you are in the Rocket Scooter Discord can you have access to it. By the way, that your push-ups. I look a little jacked this morning. Good shape. I gotta look extra good because I'm not gonna opening a fitness studio. Now I'm motivated to get in shape. Yeah, I don't want to be the only like out of shape, flabby guy hanging out with all the fitness people in the Zoom call channel. That's where it is. Okay, so those of you, the beta has got an update. We'll have another maybe Zoom call on it. Maybe we'll do that today. Let everybody know. Probably maybe tomorrow we'll do it. Hold on one second. All right, one second. Alrighty, let's go. So last night I took a hit last night. Thank you, Donald Trump. I made 20K and then I lost 80. But that's just two small pushes, and I hit them hard. I bought it MHP. Let me show you that really quick. So we're completely 100% irrational below DD bands, and we're also at the red line, which I thought about buying there one more time, but I'm gonna probably take it easy today. This is 65,591. So I'm up 65,91. So I'm up still $650,000 in the P&L on the challenge here. So 650K. I took a little hit. I was at 720, something like that. 24,125. Let me tell you what happened last night. Just quickly get on with the day. 24,125. So Trump comes on, and the typical narrative of we're gonna come through here and we're gonna destroy Israel. I mean destroy Iran. Let's say what we want. Blah blah blah. So I bought the dip, made 20K. Decided to buy the dip again with the same amount, and then took a loss, and then decided to hit it hard at DD band, and then took a loss. And I was like, well, whatever. I'll get out of the way and go to bed. I went to bed. Did shorty yellow line work out? No, it did yesterday. Yeah, no, I made a shit ton yesterday. Oh my god, yesterday I made a whole lot. Yeah, that yellow line short, the one I took yesterday. Oh, I made a lot. I mean last night. So last night I took a loss. Yeah, I basically gave back what I made yesterday, and then a little bit more. Yeah, last night was pretty crazy, but that's just part of it. No matter how good you are at trading, no matter how well you set your shit up, and you just get this. You just hit one pivot failed, two pivot failed, and just take two small losses and get on with it. Yeah, last night the yellow line trade worked out very well. Very well. So yeah, remember guys, whenever I got off of my funded CB, I was actually short right there, and turned out to be a fantastic idea. So I didn't think we were gonna bleed out all of this. This is actually with the bear zone top when our monthly maps were yesterday. Let's find that starting point. He did the same. Crazy last night. It was worth a stab though, but I didn't think Wall Street was going to panic too much. And we had all bull signals yesterday. I was like, well, it's going to hit the bottom of some of these areas, and then the bull side's going to definitely at least hold. And it just consolidated and I hit it with 35 contracts though. That's where pretty much the loss was. I was like, fuck it, we're gonna bounce. And then nope, you know, because the DD ratio was 80% yesterday, and I was like, well, it's a high probability we bounce. The yellow line is a manual calculation, my friend. There's no way for you to get on your charts yet. We're trying to automate it right now. I have a challenge, an active open challenge in my community for somebody to automate it themselves. 645. And if you figure out the math on how to automate it, we're gonna get about a $10,000 prize. 645 on SPY is that. So I did draw it right on it. And NASDAQ from yesterday. Yep. So that's it. So this is where the bear zone top is for the greater bull market. And dude, I'm gonna tell you something. And then that TPT account made, you know, 10K. It's weird. Like, I don't know what's going on with my one TPT account that I have. It's like the same thing over and over and over and over again. Look, I maxed out profit. Look, I have the Lone Ranger still alive. Maxed out profit yesterday. I made 10K on it. And then now, look, I can't even buy. Rejected. Something, this account, it's like, once it gets max profit, they shut it off and I can't trade it for like a week. It's weird, dude. There's some kind of glitch going on in my account, but I can't even trade it. Those last two Lone Ranger accounts have been crazy over at TPT. So I don't know what's happening over there, but I keep going through customer service and being like, yo, can you unlock the account here? The balance at least is updated. Maybe we can just withdraw the money and then be done with it. But 13,795 available to withdraw. I can't even care about that. Come on, let's YOLO these bad boys. Every morning I put in a new ticket. It's not letting me trade. It's the same story every day. What's the equation? What equation? What equation are you talking about? Oh, on how to program it. It's not the yellow line that's difficult. It's finding the anchor point to draw it from. So again, yellow line plus red line together, the combination, I'm giving out a $10,000 prize to whoever solves the math problem. It's not programming. It's not me being lazy. I can't program it. I can't solve the problem. I haven't figured out a good way to do it yet. The solution I have, I'm not happy with it, and I don't have time to invest in the tracking. I'm sure I'll figure it out if I put enough brain power behind it. I come up with the solution, but it's more of an AI sort of thing. I feel like it's not coding. It's not coding this for me. Believe it or not, if I could just code it, I'd code it. My coders would code it. It's solving a math problem. Demonstrated it before, and it's solving like a very complex math problem. It's not coding. That's the skill set that's needed. It's clever use of mathematics or AI based pattern recognition to solve it. What you're trying to do, I'll give you a little hint about it. Twice when I say the task is infinitely more complicated than you think it is. Okay, let me do this. I'm trying to do, sorry, my little drawing tool here. I'll give you a little demonstration. Can I set daily max to 99.50? I think so. Like, I should probably I never thought of that. It's really smart. Okay, so when the market is like, you know, trading around and doing whatever, you're looking for something where the market moves very quickly. Buy imbalance, then finds a sell imbalance to come with it, doesn't retrace half the distance, and then breaks the high and keeps going. You need to mark exactly that distance or that point right here, and then that's the problem. Sounds easy. It's insanely, it took me 10 years. I haven't been able to solve it. But let me tell you the problems. The problems are, well, the market just doesn't move clean like this. If you try to do it on a candle basis, every single 1 minute candle, it's gonna be seeking for these points, and you're gonna have hundreds of them. Not what you want to do. You want an identifiable move like the one we had last night, right? So it's easy for your eyes to see it and go, yeah, well, there's an identifiable sell imbalance. Let me show you how you do the technique straight up. You would do the technique like this, right on the tick chart. And the fact that it's like candles and they overlap, it makes it a little harder, right? That's kind of where the problem lies, is like, where do you start? Like an example, this, you're looking for where the run technically starts without there being any kind of overlap. Well, basically the overlap proves that there was an equilibrium that was found. So you want to find exactly this point. Now, again, the solutions I've come up with, I've gotten like 80% of them, right? But I want somebody to come up with a solution that gets like 95 or greater, like almost all of them. My solution's good enough, and I could have always programmed it, but I don't like it. And I won't give you a hint on how I did it, because I want someone else to come up with a unique idea. So the move starts here on this candle. You can see on a tick chart, right? It moves, and then moves lower, and then it never retraces. And you're looking for that one first bounce before it finds a lower low. There it is. It's from here to here. And then what you do is you keep moving down and you're looking for volatility expansion. This is the hard part, where those V's are. There's a bigger V and then a smaller V. Okay. You're looking for when those V's get the biggest and then they get smaller again. It's right there. It's exactly what you're trying to do. So in reality, what you're looking for, and I'll just draw it cleanly without all the noise, is that you're looking for evidence of a big sell imbalance, an event. And then when buyers are found, the dealers always try to take it right back to the middle of where the sell imbalance started. The buy imbalance was found against the sell imbalance. They try to take it to the middle, but then it gets overwhelmed the second time. And now this act causes volatility to go up. And as volatility is going up, the V's are going to expand. Like it's going to get bigger and choppier. And then you're looking for volatility goes up, maximum illiquidity. And then right when volatility collapses, that V collapses as well, because an actual true buy imbalance was found, which collapses the volatility. So what you're looking for is the evidence of first buy imbalance, the evidence of actual buy imbalance that supports the bigger wave, the first collapse of volatility. And then from there, you're actually measuring from here to the bottom of that biggest V, which is this one right here. And you see how it gets like pretty big and then it gets pretty small again. So you're measuring from the first sell imbalance to the first true buy imbalance. Then you're finding the middle. And that middle is a guaranteed high volume pivot. And then your yellow line is this plus the distance in that yellow line table. And I can give you the equation for that. That part's easy. But the identifying all of these is a problem. It's a problem. It's a really hard math problem to automate because the market is noisy, because your eyeballs can easily see, yep, that's it. But to tell a computer program exactly which candle it is and exactly which starting point, I want it exact. If you measure from the high, you fail the project. It's not high to low, it's this spot to that spot. And it is so good. In fact, the exact penny is a pivot. Even here, there's one from a long time ago. When you get them right, they're beautiful pivots. And the problem is it's impossibly hard to automate. Even with myself being a competent coder and mathematician, my team being competent coders and mathematicians, same thing here, right? You get this guy right here. There's the move. That was an easy one to see. Big V, smaller V. Perfect. There's the middle. And so you get that little balance point here. It's just basically like an accounting point. And when the market eventually finds a buy imbalance, it's going to look for those sell imbalances on the way up. The problem is it's hard to automate because the candles are noisy. So we need a clever method to locate and identify those. It's our one technique that's kind of somewhat subjective because you got to see something on a chart. But it's so good. In fact, the yellow line that created from that is a short pivot. The red lines that are created from that are return pivots. This is my oldest futures technique in the book, and it's only been manual. The problem is it's the noise makes it hard to chart because your candles are like all over like this, and your brain is like having to not count for every candle, and it's looking for that true sort of like that. It's like, okay, maybe if you do it wrong, I mean, you're going to have like, 10 or 15 different options. Like in all of this, this is the one option. We can't see on the chart, but you get what I'm saying. The VIX, yeah, like combination with VIX could help you out with that too. But anyways, coming up with a clever solution that can identify most of them, and I'm giving you a $10,000 prize, and we'll use it at Rocket Scooter. my team is so packed with like so much stuff they're already building. They don't have time to bring somebody on board with it. The problem goes beyond computer science and programming. The understanding of what you're trying to look for is more like geometric modeling. It's like a mathematician's problem, because you're trying to weed out noise to give yourself a smooth, identifiable pattern. And so the efforts I've taken have gone all the way down into like removing and creating a fast Fourier transform series out of this one, to pull out certain portions of it to model. And it's pretty successful to a degree, but I still think there's a better solution. Mohammed, I gave you all the information you needed. That's all that there is to say. Anybody that solves that problem and identifiably can do that, we'll code it right up and we'll give you a prize for it. 10,000 US dollars. The goal is to find the pivot. The goal is to find the starting point. This is it. If you can find this, everything else is easy. To identify this every time it happens. In real time. In real time. Not just after the fact looking at a chart, but as the market, of course, that's the other challenge. As the market's developing, you need to have it scribbled in real time. And as it's eliminated, it needs to go away. So it's like every single time there's a candle. The problem is every time there's a candle and there's a V, your algorithm is going to draw a line. And then once it's invalidated, it's going to delete it. Like it's going to keep drawing lines, deleting, right? You have to, if you're not careful, your chart will have like 50 lines on it for every single tiny candle you have. Challenge. Purple line. Oh, yeah. So let's do cat active line, right? So let's practice that today. Cat active line, baby. So I'm still up like 640 or 660 or something like that, whatever my P&L was for the challenge. But I took a hit last night trying to buy the dip 2 separate times. Didn't work. And this is just part of, when you're trading in this kind of environment where you got the president kicking shit around all the time. 254. 254. And this starts at 221. $67. Wait, hold on. 221 minus 354 is 967. Yeah, Catalyst is absolutely active right here. 967. Okay. So cat active might be a big old glorious sit out day. But you just take your hits and you move on with it. Days will be stable again at some point. All right, let's get ready. My daily chore of talking with TPT customer service. I love TPT. Don't get me wrong, they're one of the best prop firms there is. On our ranking site, they're, depending on which model you use, they're ranked number 1 or number 2. But my one account has a glitch in it. It's just been, but I'm trying to like get out of, I'm trying to wrap up prop trading. So just to share with you guys some cool stuff about that. Remember I told you after I decided, I'm going to just take prop trading off my diet and just focus on my real trading for a moment. And then I found 2 TPT accounts that I still had that I forgot that I had money in, because they take a day or so to update, right? So in these TPT accounts, I ended up having, why does it feel dark in here? I feel like I'm sitting in the dark for some reason. Does it feel darker? Hold on. It feels a little bit darker. Let me, hold on. Hold on, fellas. Oh. Don't tell me I'm sitting in the dark here. Well, that's much better. I had to, the reason I was late this morning, I was like fiddling with my lights a little bit. Yeah, tell me I was sitting in the dark, fellas. I don't need that much side light here. That's much better. There we go. That's a lot better. It kind of did feel a little bit darker in here, didn't it? Okay. Getting a tan. Oh yeah. Oh yes. I'm gonna turn this one down a little bit. Why do I turn this one down? Okay. What was I saying? I was saying something. Yeah, for launch for NC8. We're working on it now, actually. So that's it. Oh, cat active. So getting one more for S&P. So the S&P number was... Let's see that really quick. Remember that the math problem's harder than you think. And then what makes it hard is the noise. The noise in these in candle charts. You need a really robust mathematical solution that weeds out noise. That's the real problem here. So 6627. Oh, I was talking to you guys about TPT. Let me tell you what happened. 6627 and a 6625. 52. Yeah, cat acted both places. Now this is the support of the bull side. Hold on one second. Okay, so yeah, so I found 2 TPT accounts with 40K of profit just sitting in them. And I was like, oh, I forgot I had this. And they were like sitting there for like a week. And what happened, you know, what happens is I think I hit max P&L 2 days in a row, like 10K and 10K. So each of them had 170K in them. They were both 150K accounts. And the other accounts, I just withdrew all the way to buffer. Because I think like those days I was like, let me let them clear, then I'll withdraw them the next day. Then I just completely forgot about it. Then a week goes by. And you know, when TPT was going through that little issue where they had accidentally banned a bunch of people because their bot detection software was a little too strict. And then they, and then, you know, y'all were sending me all y'all's information about it. So I went to investigate and I said, oh, you know what? I still have some TPT accounts. I noticed. Let me log in and let me log into those things and let me go check up on them and on this data that everybody's sending me, and let me try to reproduce the issue. I'll try to reproduce it myself. So I go, oh, I have some accounts there. So I logged in and I logged in the accounts. I was like, oh crap, I've got 40K profit sitting here. So then I decided, well, let me take the money out, put in the request, and then let me, you know, use these accounts as guinea pigs to kind of try to recreate the issue everybody was experiencing. And then I did that. Then I submitted all my evidence to TPT. And, you know, the next day they reversed, you know, their findings because a lot of us went through and took that data that y'all sent, especially on our team, and we published it to them. We actually reproduced the error and we were like, you know, this is actually innocent people getting banned. And they were like, oh, thank you for finding it. You know, they sent me a whole email thanking you guys and thanking me and everything for helping them out. And then they reversed everything, and the next day they reinstated everybody. That's like really awesome of them. Like, love when a prop firm is just really straightforward like that. And you know, they're trying to prevent people from cheating, which makes sense because a lot of people out there try to cheat these things. But their software was the parameters a little too tight, and it's an automated process, right? And it happens. But they righted everybody's wrong, which was good. Within these accounts, the very next day I wasn't able to trade them after I took the withdrawal, and then it's a week plus went by and I couldn't trade them every other day with the customer service every day, and they couldn't figure out what's going on, and they're like, and then one day last couple days ago, I think maybe it was Monday or something, They finally unlocked one of them and I could trade one of them and the other one was still locked. And then they finally unlocked the second one yesterday. Then I made a trade on that one. Got max profit. Now it's locked again. It's been 2 days. Last night, today I can't trade on anymore. So there's something glitched on these accounts. I don't know what it is, but they're because I keep hitting max profit and of course it locks you out till the next day, but it doesn't unlock me when the next day comes. So I have this Lone Ranger, the final prop account that I own to my name is this Lone Ranger TPT account with 168,000. So I got 18,000 sitting there and I can't make a trade. So if I try to do trade, it says order rejected. So order rejected. Order rejected. So that's the story of Matt's final prop account. I'm no longer going to be doing a lot of prop trading on the channel. I'll be like, you know, if there comes in a time when it's necessary again to teach y'all something or to learn something or do something maybe, but I'm kind of going back to my roots here. Real trading only. Plan for today. Well, okay, last night was a pretty crazy event because I made a really good trade. I should have stopped. I bought on this dip while Trump was talking, made 20K, bought on this dip, probably a little heavier actually, and then lost maybe, you know, the 20K plus another 20. And then right when it hit DD band, I hit it really hard again with like 35 contracts or whatever it was. And then I took a loss. And now I'm down like 60K, which it's just part of it. You know, when Trump is talking, this is the shit that happens. So it's not like good or bad trading is going to survive you in this market. It's being on the wrong side of the news. And I probably, the only reason I went to go bullish on this was because yesterday the all greater market was bullish. Ratio was greater than half. It was like 80. We're in bull side monthly maps. We're at bull side hedge pressure, everything. So I was like, well, we're going to hit DD band and probably bounce. That's the right decision to make, right? I'm like, let me just hit it. It's probably gonna be fine. And it sat there and sat there and sat there. And then it did that. I'm like, okay, I'm out. And then we sold off a little bit harder overnight. But that was basically it, right? And again, just small probability of that happening. And then I'm gonna pick on. Now today with Catalyst active, you know, we don't do much. Just sit out, we wait, we entertain each other, we tell stories, we listen to music. We love our lives. Are the rumors true that I'm opening a prop firm company? No, not opening a prop firm. But I am opening something that is going to completely shake the ground of the prop industry. Allow me to introduce you guys to Prop Score. Now let me tell you, the first thing is that a brand new update has just hit. Now the link, right now we're not sharing the link because it's still in beta test. If you're a member of Rocket Scooter community, you can access the beta. Now let me tell you what it is. Prop firm, the credit score for prop firms, data-driven prop firm rankings. All right. You'll be able to come in here and search for prop firms. However, it uses a mathematical model to rank them based on which firms are better, based on all kind of parameters. We have a whole team of people that works with these prop firms hand in hand to get all the information exactly correct, get all the updates before they happen, get all the releases before they happen, and program the site. Now, on the site, it's all data driven. So we have imported data that we have, which is data, and then we calculate some parameters and give it a score and rank it on the score. The parameters are how simple the account is. There's a bunch of parameters that go into the simplicity score. Trailing drawdown will make it hard. That score will go down. End of the day drawdown makes it easier. Score will go up. If it has a higher consistency, the score will go up. If it has a lower DLL, the score will go down. Like everything is balanced into the scoring system, right? So some firms are like, it's 90% off, but there's DLL, right? Some firms are like, there's no consistency, but there's 10 days to trade. Everything is like this. It's a seesaw. You never know what's actually good. So we've made an actual model that looks at the return on investment you're expected to get over the time that you're trading for the dollar you spend against the difficulty of the account. It's all balanced. The entire balancing act is there. So if a firm comes through with a sale, but they add something else in the fine print, you can see the score actually can go down if they're just marketing you a better thing. Like in the example of like Apex comes out with a new plan recently, Lucid came out with a new plan. You want to know if they're better or worse, you come here and we'll tell you. So you can model 3 different models, and we actually have 3 different models now. Number 1 is the minimum first payout. This is if you're going to trade and you want to know which firm is absolutely the best at the minimum first payout that you can take, no matter what. And now you can rank it like that. Or you can rank by the expected payout. We haven't put the data in for that yet, but expected payout. Which firm gives you the expected payout? Now let me explain what the difference is. You have a bell curve of what you want. You might be, I want to make as quick of a payout as I can. I don't care what it is. I make the buffer. I'll take the buffer out at the higher payout split. Okay, cool. Then that's minimum payout. That's like the people in the outliers. I just want to get a payout as quick as I can, no matter what. So you have the minimum first payout. The expected first payout is I want to get the best I can in a single day. I want to max out. The example of TPT, if you make 150K account, you make your 4,500, you can take the buffer out, right? So 4,500 would be that payout. If you want to take the entirety of the day, you can make 10,000 a day. That's the expected best payout. And then we have one more model, which allows you to model how much you're going to make in a month, max monthly payout. Which firm pays out the most on a month scale basis? So now you'll be able to answer those questions to go with the model. It's even 3 times cooler. Which kind of trader are you? I want quick payouts. I want quick payouts. I want the best day I can get. Which prop firm has the best ROI per day, and then which one has the best ROI on a month? Boom, boom, boom. And you can model it, and we'll rank the firms based on that, give you more flexibility. As a matter of fact, you might say, well, okay, I like what I see, but you know, my win rate is 40%, and there's going to give you a bunch of, you know, scores. And then you can come in here and say, no, the values are 0 because we're still in beta. We just released this yesterday, so we haven't really put in the data for the 2 new models yet. We're in beta right now, so our team is actually putting in the 2 new models, getting 2 new models set up. So it's just the infrastructure's there now. It should be done by today or tomorrow. And so you say you have 40% win rate, and there's all the scores. You might say, well, what happens if my win rate goes up to 60%? If you change the win rate, you can see that the scores change, or the rankings change. If I have a 90% win rate, you can see which firms are the best. If I have a 10% win rate, you can see that other firms make their way up the ladder. And the best example of this is Apex, which is one of the worst prop firms out there with one of the lowest scores. The interesting thing about Apex is that when you have a very low win rate, Apex crawls up the ladder. Like if you don't win at all, Apex moves up the ladder. Well, why is that? Well, because Apex is dirt cheap to play. You pay $15 when it's 90% off, or $13 when it's 90% off to get an account. Think about it like this. Market's opening in a minute. It's very cheap to lose. So if you're losing a lot, then you're going to have better ROI by spending less to lose. So the interesting thing about it is certain parameters of yours make other firms better for you. If you can't win to save your life, right? You can come here and program this. What if you say, I want to start making 3-to-1 trades instead of 2-to-1 trades or 1-to-1 trades? You can talk how many attempts that you do before you pass. You can program your own stats and it will change the scores based on you. There's nothing like this out there. And we're excited to bring this. Now you can get over the marketing, the influencer marketing, and know which accounts actually are good and which accounts are bad based on that ranking scale. Purely math-based, no subjectivity. You will now have a smart shopping tool for prop firms. You'll be able to see through all this marketing bullshit. Prop firms taking out their favorite influencer to dinner. Hey man, just sell everybody this idea, right? And they're like, oh, this is the best thing ever. They're changing the game. And you're like, how do you know that? You don't know that. Well, now you will. Now you'll know that. So my opinion about Lucid. Lucid's in the top 3 consistently in almost all models. Lucid's one of the best firms in existence right now. Yeah, your buddy is launching a new prop firm in 2 weeks. Would you like more info on it? Yeah, send me the name of it. And there is no maybe about it. If the prop firm exists, it will be on our site, no matter what. If it's a public domain data set, we can see it on the website, we will include it. We will not exclude any prop firm. Every prop firm will be listed on that site. Every prop firm, there will be a code on that site. Every prop firm will have equal weight as far as, you know, no favoritism. So, and nobody will not be ranked. So Top Step will be there. Name it. even the smallest, tiniest firms you never heard of will all be there. FX will be next. Yeah, so after we get futures all set in stone, FX will be next. This service, by the way, how much is it going to cost you guys? Free. It's a free service. So you keep using our code out there and all the major prop firms. That's what's going to pay for it. So you don't have to pay a dime. Just keep using our code. That's like what will support that company and the team of employees that are running it. So we designed it to be a free service for you guys. Did I look at alpha futures? Yeah, they're all there. In the beta, not all the data is in there right now because we're still reformulating like the way it's going to look and the field, like building the extra models and stuff. But as soon as we leave beta, which should be second week of April, every single firm will be finally programmed in there and released. Yeah. We got an affiliate code with all of these things. With every prop firm, with Alpha Futures, you name it. Bull and Ox, Aqua Futures, all of them. All the ones you guys are saying. We now have need a new score site for the fake gurus. For a scoring site to rank the scoring sites. How about that? That'd be kind of fun. All right, so Catalyst is active or below DD band. I took 2 hits, one here and one here. Now I'm just chilling. When Catalyst is active, you guys know the rule. We usually sit out. We don't do much below this purple line. That's a risk interval off of the anchor point. So we all know the rules here. Cat active, usually just chill. Market's opening in like a couple seconds here. For the red line indicator, accurate within 5 points. All right, let's try to get it accurate within a tick, but I'll take a look at it, boy. Send it on over. You know it. You know I love you. Send it on over. All right. Matt at Rocket Scooter. Send it over. I want it to be on point. Okay. So no trades right now. My thought last night was buying a DD band. And so today, if DD ratio is greater than half and we make our way up there, I might jump in on the long. But Catalyst is active and market's being a little weird. I might just like, you know, go ham and go YOLO on this TPT account and just leave it at that. Negative resilience means right out the open is resistance. So I don't think it's negative 80, negative 60. All the stocks are pretty much gapping down. This is not a chase long and not a buy the dip setup at all. Not yet. Arbitrage is negative 40 and negative 100. It's negative while we're popping up. This is not a long signal until everything gets better. So resilience is actually worse on this. This is possibly a short setup, even from here. So opening with all the indicators dumping, it's pretty bad news. We'll probably hit this and have some red candles to come with that. The opportunity seems to be the upside, but we'll see. If resilience gets better, then there's a long op off of this. So S&P started moving a little tiny bit. Nasdaq is still way negative. So the question is, with positive S&P resilience, this can actually bounce and go up. So let's wait and see. It's only a 1. It's barely anything. Give it a minute to develop. There might be a liquidity pocket down here. And of course, this is where the bear zone top was in NASDAQ. Do I have funded seat in there? Yeah, we actually have, by the way, we have a code for all of these affiliate programs, by the way. Dude, I got these new chips. Mature cheddar and onion, but I'm gonna tell you something. These chips are onion flavored. And I'm talking not like Funyun onion, but I'm talking like onion. Like it's like make your breath smell onion. Ooh, that's a tasty chip. I'm talking like onion. I need to eat something so that medicine doesn't like make my stomach hurt. I need a chip. One chip, Farina. She's looking at from health. Just one chip, I promise. Okay. You already got liquidity maps? All right, let's go. Let's see what we got. It's so weird that I have a slowdown here. There we go. Yep. This is as bearish as it gets, guys. From here, there's no chasing long on this one. And I'm not going to jump on the short either. We're just going to let it pull back. So I'm back down to 200K though, which is where I started, but like 2 days ago. I made I've had a pretty solid month. This has been like a really good month. The market kind of stabilized a little bit and things got better. Okay, so negative resilience and liquidity pocket, nothing. DD ratio less than half. Market's thrown back into bear territory. Now, if this gets to be greater than half, then you can get a bull play from here to there. But this is all going to be chop and resistance. So if there's a definitive break here with solid ratio, then it can be bullish on this move. Negative resilience is, however, these guys, it's resistance from here. So it's a very high probability that it does fall. Very high probability that it does fall. Now, I will 100% risk another long trade at this liquidity pocket off of that MHP. I will take that trade if I get it. 100%. I am not kidding you. Yeah, it's probably going to dump today, so be very careful unless something just happens that's different. We are right on the edge. So it's 52% jumping up and down. Some stocks are like right on the bull side. AVGO is an MHP break to the upside. With negative resilience, though, you're going to have a very hard time picking up some steam here. I feel like my charts have disconnected. What's going on? There it is. No, it's just staying put. Negative 50 on NASDAQ, negative 10 on S&P. Yeah, this is basically, this is short set up from a high. So same as what we've seen, you know, for a while. This is bouncing all over the place. Would I want to short when catalyst is active? Nah, but I'm not going to take the long here. Not a good long. Negative res is selling. Probably going to sell. But lower pocket and lower MHP is a great bull play. So I'll try to make maybe 20, 30 off of that one. Kind of cut into this loss a little bit. I just basically shorted in the TPT account though, the Lone Ranger. DD's getting slightly better, yeah, which is good for hitting that lower pocket. So with negative resilience is here, and then resistance is there, you're gonna have, you know, one small pivot to play from, and then a good cluster right down in here. So that cluster is the strongest setup. I just YOLO shorted in my TPT account, so that's up like 7,000. Like I said, I'm just YOLOing these things. All right, let me trim that down to a runner of 2. Okay, let me lock that in. It's 8,000 P&L on the TPT. Just YOLO, whatever. Lock that into 2 contracts short just to finish off to the 10K and call it. Right there. Market monthly maps here. Your trading view is frozen. Oh, dude, what is it? What happened? I hate when like technology gets all crazy in the middle of the fucking trading day. The worst. Did you guys have fun last night with our buddy BJ? So BJ's a friend of the community. Brad and I actually met him. We all went to Topgolf one time with Charlie and Ali and a bunch of people from the community. We all went and hung out. BJ drove in from Austin to hang out with us. Did y'all have fun? Watching him do push-ups on his freaking windowsill. Oh, that's hilarious. People were like, man, Matt, you just keep getting the best streamers. Yeah, there's a lot of people. I'm telling you, when we had the audition tapes, there were a ton of really talented streamers, just good people. He was a radio DJ. So, I mean, he's this wacky, goofy radio personality. I mean, he's a natural at it. So he's pretty fun. Pretty cool as a fill-in. I think when we do the fill-ins, we have a bunch of people that threw out audition tapes. So, you know, every time we do a fill-in, we'll have a rotation. We'll bring on somebody different every once in a while just to have different members of the community feature you guys, get them in front of y'all on the camera. You had him do 13 more push-ups. Oh, that was so funny. Yeah, we were watching that. Oh, he's natural, man. He's good. He's good peeps. Yeah, Brad, you know, every other Wednesday, Brad works at his church, right? So he does the music and stuff over there. So, you know, he has to go do his obligation stuff. He can't just like, you know, just be like, sorry guys, I got a trade tonight. Y'all figure it out yourself. You know, Brad's a good boy. He's got his stuff he has to do, but yeah, so maybe every other Wednesday we might do something. Bring on somebody new or bring on BJ again. Me and your car trading. All right, so resilience is not getting better. The white line is actually the polarity at this exact level right here. Right, let me draw the different things. Okay, so let's draw some resistances here. I'm kind of going to be very careful, and I'm going to hit it at the strongest pivots I can find. The resilience indicator is a polarity of this exact line right there. It says resistance because it's less than 0. This is going to be resistance. The blue line also less than 0. This is also resistance. There's no support until at least there. Minimum support. But it's got all this wave pushing it lower, so I don't like to interrupt it by grabbing the long there. Instead, I want a long that's wide enough into the support and resistance chain. So if you look at all of it together, you can see that you have resistance, resistance. Then down here, you've got support, support, and maybe resistance as well. So the fact is you've got some bigger push this way into all that support against all that resistance this way with like support in the middle. So this, you can tell yourself this is probably the middle of the range. So down in here is where you'd like trade to the middle, and up here is where you'd short to the middle. Makes sense. So now with this being said, we're going to chill and wait. Just wait a little bit. Let her rip. I'll take the P&L on that. That was $9,500 on this TPT account. I've now made $27,000 YOLOing this take profit account. The Lone Ranger is still in effect. I know I'm quitting prop firm, so I'm quitting with a bang. So that's it. Just shorted right at the pop. Let it fail. Let it fall. That's good. I could take that payout maybe. You know, I'm just gonna whatever. Let me just YOLO it as far as I can go. Let's see what I can do with it. Somebody said, when am I going to go to the BDH? I don't really ever go anywhere. Nothing against going to visit and Pat or whatever. I never leave the house. I stream every day. Monday through Friday. I don't take a break. We're in brand building mode, baby. So I don't really take any break to go stream elsewhere or be on other shows or other podcasts unless I'm here in the mornings. So I'm here for you guys. Make 10K a day until customer service answers you. They unlocked it this morning. So when I told the guy, I was like, you know, hey, it's locked again. They were like, we don't know what's going on. Yeah, just a moment. Okay, we unlocked it. There you go. All right. Yeah, I was going after winning the competition. I was going to. I very much was going to. I was waiting for IDOC was out of town, and her and I were scheduling some time to go out there and go. But then things just picked up, and then we never got a chance to leave and go. So now we haven't, but I'd love to go out and visit sometime. And I wanted IDOC to meet his girlfriend because they're both Pilates ladies. They're very similar. Like, you know, IDOC's about to open a fitness studio. His girlfriend opens a fitness studio. They have a lot in common. All right, so I locked in that 9,500. That way, they're not gonna freeze my account, account again. So that's kind of cool. Why don't I just, you know, it's funny because I used to have, you know, I did TPT and I did all that stuff. Here we go. Here's the Lone Ranger. Y'all want to? Let's go back to old days where I would have the other P&L over here when I did pro. There you go. Let's showcase it. Look at that. Look how beautiful that looks. It's offsetting, okay? It's distracting. Let's make this really big, and then just make this one really small. There we go. That's much better. Let's just be real guru about it. There we go, guys. Look how much money I've made today. $9,500. I lost. It says a 6 or something, 6 something, 6, whatever it is, you know. But look at this, guys. Look how much I've made. It's a lot. So much money, right? There you go. All right. But at least that's worth seeing. Just don't pay attention up here. Avert your eyes from the man behind the curtain. Okay. Just pay no attention. Okay. Setup here, still very bearish. all negative resiliences, all negative resiliences. It's just resistance from here. Our stuff is that good to see it. There is a possible support right here, but there's better supports down in here. Now with this being also negative, MHP is also not a strong support. So, and Catalyst is also active. This is a probably sit out, but if I do take it, it's like, I'm going to throw maybe like 4 contracts at it, something tiny, just to hit it and just to let it ride for the day, maybe, if anything at all. Yeah. So what I like to see is that whenever you're stuck in between these ranges, I like to find the extremes and see where the answer is, right? So there's support, 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 resistance right here. So S&P is kind of fighting between here. There's a bigger support down in this area, like a second liquidity pocket, which is all fantastic. And this is about 40 points, 50 points lower here, which is about 200 points lower from here. So right about 500 puts that liquidity pocket and this liquidity pocket basically like right on top of each other. Also when your, Catalyst is active, which is where you follow risk interval or lower, it's this purple line. We have a rule that we just sit out anyway. So once you break through this particular level, it just becomes chaotic and the structure's broken for the day. This is kind of a day where you'll be fine if you don't do anything. Just come back tomorrow. Things will be great. But I would actually like buy the dip down in here. Had him as trading yesterday. Your fitness studio flooded. No way, dude. Destroyed your cork floors? No way. Cork floors. That's crazy. That's cool. That's cool that you had that, but man, that sucks that you had them. So it's like a gym, right? So cork floors for like the weights and stuff, and they got flooded. That sucks, man. Was it your plumbing, like your bathroom plumbing, I guess, or was it in your ceiling? That's the worst, man. What busted? There is no tomorrow. That sounds very philosophical, man. There is no spoon. Yeah, that really sucks. It's a bar studio, so the bathroom being renovated next door. Oh God. So wait, but you have insurance, so you should be covered, and they have insurance as well, right? So it's just, it sucks to deal with it, but at least it's not that shouldn't be coming out of your pocket. A nail salon being built out, and then they hit something that the plumbing leaked. The insurance is paying. Yeah, their insurance is paying for new floors. Yeah. It's just as annoying because your business is interrupted. The shitty part about insurance claims like that for a business owner, trust me, I know, is that it'll cover the cost of repairs and stuff, but you got to inconvenience your customers for 3 months. Kind of sucks. How much of what percentage of the floor got damaged? Like, you have to move your equipment around and stuff. Good Friday tomorrow. Is tomorrow Friday? Holy shit. Yeah, no trading day tomorrow. That's right. Somebody said, Good Friday tomorrow, no trading. Christ has risen. Just ask Brad. I'm sure he'd love to tell you. This is Good Friday. Where Jesus, the man himself, rose from the dead. According to the story. He was a good dude, that Jesus guy. Or he dies on Friday. Was it Ash? Does it dies on Friday? Rise on Easter? I forget the story. I'm a horrible Catholic. I thought Good Friday was the crucifixion. The death was Friday. 1, 2, 3 days later. That's it. Rise on Easter. That's it. I knew this, but my brain gets facts jumbled up these days. Can SB turn around? Possibly, right? There's nothing really bullish about this. And again, Catalyst is active. It's going to flip flop all over the place. I think that what I personally want to see is I'd like to see it interact with stronger lower pivots. I do not at all want to chase any longs from here. Not yet. Even though it's bouncing around a lot, I still don't have indications to tell me to do that. Now, the cat active, you're going to have all kind of stuff that's going to be flip-flopping. That's why it's mostly just like sit out and chill. Do we look at monthly maps? We did, right? So we're completely in bear territory in monthly maps. Again, I marked the liquidity pocket here, 65, 64 on S&P, and then the bear side on Nasdaq is 24,000. So we're way down in bear territory again. Ratio is getting a little bit higher though. It's starting to build a little bit for this possible pocket move. So as things are stabilizing right now, it's not impossible to see this play now take off. All those have just flipped to support as of recently. So if it breaks here with any kind of momentum or volume, there's some move to there possible. I don't think it's wise taking it with all things being considered, but this is possible for people that are short right now. That's your possible squeeze point to the next resistance. So just know that in the middle of this range, it can go almost this high before it turns around. As a person that's been bearish this market, I'm very much hands off, especially after a day like yesterday. You know, Trump came out and said, you know, we're going to bomb the shit out of these guys until they give us what we want. And we're going to continue to press, and the market fell. Today, they can say, you got a deal. And then it's way back up to the top, right? The opportunity, the structure is bearish, but the opportunity is bullish, right? You know, Iran could retaliate with a, okay, well, fuck you too sort of message. Then we can get that. Or they can come back and say, all right, we accept your terms. The straight is open. And then green candle comes out of nowhere despite structure. Today would probably be one of the most dangerous days to trade, especially having a position into the weekend. We got a 4-day sort of thing, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and this afternoon, where you got 4 evenings in Iran before Monday market open to have some kind of news come out. I can only anticipate that Monday is going to be a gap of 1,000 points in either direction. You know what I mean? That's enough time for them to come up with an answer. The moment you said it became resistance, yeah. It's flip-flopping. DD ratio is flip-flopping. It's trying to hold 50. But I wouldn't personally be trading this alongside from here. Tomorrow futures are not open. Tomorrow futures close at equities futures close at 9:15 Eastern. So 15 minutes for market opens. No futures, baby. I'll probably still stream and do like an educational sesh if you guys want. Teach you guys some rocket scooter, some red line, some good stuff. I always get, it's been a while since I do go to church on occasion. I was raised Catholic, but as you get older, like small details and facts sort of just like elude your brain. I get them backwards all the time. Good Friday was the holiday celebrating, which I always thought was odd. You know, celebrating remembrance. People say celebrating Good Friday. You don't really celebrate. Maybe Remembrance Day was the death of Jesus, and the resurrection was would be Easter, right? Man, those are onion flavored. I'm talking like super onion flavor. I'm good though. So stock market is going to be closed and futures market will be closed. All right. Things are starting to repair themselves a little bit in the S&P. Yep. In this environment, usually I just chill below the purple line. I wait. Let it do what it wants to do. It's so violent. You're talking hundreds of points. It's scalpers can like make a little bit of buck on here, but I want to see clearer signals. Probably what is likely to happen is we're going to get right here. If this is negative, it hits this and then resists a little bit harder. There, resists a little bit harder. Now, any moment in time, like I said, if we get some kind of news that comes through that's relatively bullish, yeah. Negative arbitrage on this pop up, which means at some point it's going to snap back down and touch that to draw that R back to 0. When you see the market pushing higher with arbitrage pushing lower, the futures are outpacing the stock potential. So keep in mind that this is not a supported rally. Like if this moves way up here and ARB is very negative, it is a short setup. Somebody said, I seem like a smart guy. What do you believe? You don't seem to believe the Bible, what you wrote. Well, I didn't say that. I tend to have a very generalized worldview. I have a belief that I probably lived 10,000 lives. I'm not Buddhist or anything, but I feel like I just have lived, and we all have lived in the multiverse, a trillion lives, infinite timeline, infinite scale. We've probably lived millions of times. I think our worldview is such a small worldview on the grand multiverse scale that whatever is out there is probably bigger and better and fathomable from human comprehension. Like I was born Christian. I was born Catholic. I don't preach any one specific dogma or religion because all of them are very human-like, and have a hard time believing that the entirety of the multiverse is very human with human elements, right? The story is very human. I feel like whatever is out there is probably correct. We're all probably equally right or equally wrong, or whatever the case may be. There's something out there, but I think it's layers beyond comprehension. We can't even imagine the fourth dimension in your head easily. Imagine something that's 12-dimensional being. Like it's just impossible to try to speculate, right? As a mathematician, whatever is out there is probably beautiful and grand and fantastic, and there's no way I can describe it with words invented by humans. Human language doesn't even contain words to describe how big it is. So I'm the kind of person. There's a name for what I believe, but what I believe is that there's no way. Like when you say God, right? A lot of people think, oh, there's an old man in the sky with a beard. It's not a man. It's not even. You can't even comprehend it. It's so beyond what we could even fathom. We can't even describe it with words. So why? How could I even try? Be like, you know, what I'm saying? Sky Daddy. I think of an omni-dimensional being that's so complex you can't even describe a fraction of what it is with a word you've invented with your language as a human. You know what I'm saying? So what I think is a beautiful concept is that whatever the mystery is, it's so great we can't even fathom it. So whatever it is, it's big. There's structure in this universe. There's an intelligent creator. That's easy to see. Right, there's something out there. This universe is alive. There's no such thing as space. Space is a physical medium of swirling energy, you know, so nothing just doesn't come out of nowhere. So something, it all came from somewhere. But I think everybody's right. I think I like to take this stance, and this may be helpful to you guys out there to hear other people's point of views. Very worldly about it. I take this one stance. If you have to tell me what am I, I'd say I'm a Christian. I'm a Catholic, but I'm a Catholic that asks a lot of questions. Now I'm going to say that what I believe though is that, say that you are this omni-dimensional being, right? That you're like this big, and everything you've made is this big. Something this big is trying to describe you with words that make you seem like you're that big too. Human, man, things like that. But you're this big, so you can't even do justice. But you know that because you're beyond the comprehension of what you created. You don't expect it to understand you fully, which is okay. You're just honored that people try to give some kind of honor to you. As a creator yourself, if you create something and it gives you honor the way that it can, like if you created a little animal and that animal just comes and puts a pebble at your feet, you would be honored because it's not really smart enough to come, you know, do your laundry for you or something, but it honors you in its own way. As a creator, you would be very flattered, I would feel like, if your creation gave you a nod in the way that it can describe you. So therefore, we're all probably right equally because we all are getting it wrong equally. That's how I feel. Make sense? Like we're all getting it absolutely wrong. Not even close. but it really helps understand that we're all probably going to be respected and honored for trying. Like, all, you know, bless their heart. Look at them. Okay, cat active line. This is a good thought here. That's why when people disagree with me, I don't ever say you're wrong, I'm right. I'd like to think in the end we'd both be, we're all chasing down the same answer. You know? So I feel like my belief has sort of opened up beyond just what I was taught when I was a kid. Like, I feel like everybody's right. If you're trying, you're doing the right thing. That makes sense. Well, that makes sense. Yep, like no one knows. No one knows, and we're like, you know, to a dog, they've actually done studies with this. You know, a dog thinks you're a dog, right? Your pet dog thinks you're a dog. They think you're one of the pack. They think you're one of them. They treat you like a dog because they do behaviors with you that they do with other dogs that they don't do with cats. So it is in the belief that an animal that is your pet, a dog, believes you're a dog. You're just a much bigger dog. A cat believes you're a cat, but just a much bigger cat. They've done studies on this. So, you know, we like to believe that our deities are also men in that same capacity. And we're limited by what we understand as humans. We can't comprehend the spiritual beyond what we know. And cats think you're their servants. Yeah, and cats think that they're the boss of you too. It's crazy. But anyways, what it says is an animal, and we're animals, right? An animal's gonna know, all it knows is it's a cat only knows cats, right? It knows cat related stuff, so it treats you like a cat. It doesn't treat you like an omnipotent being that, you know, you really are. It doesn't know that you're smart. It doesn't know that you're talented at, you know, music. It doesn't know the things that you know. So a cat can't comprehend beyond cat what you actually are to this universe. Crazy, right? These are talks I've had with people that have opened my mind to stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah. So we're like the cat in that equation. There's so much we can only explain this life and human stuff. So we're kind of limited, right? Good short op? I think so. Yeah, I think this is the short op if there is one, from DD Ban. And I'm thinking maybe I can try it. Cat active line, DD Ban. Keeping it small. I don't want to take too much risk here. Again, the opportunity is to the upside if there is a gigantic news event that comes out. Was that very insightful? Oh, well, like I like to say is, if you boil down to what Matt believes, is Matt believes that everyone deserves to be heard and that nobody's, and to tell somebody they're wrong is just to be, you know, what audacity? Like, how do I know? Like, I like to say it's better to, I didn't eat the chips.
Oh my gosh. Eat the bread now.
Okay. I didn't eat the chips. The onion chips.
Eat the bread before I get.
Okay.
Like,
Thanks, babe. Come here. Thanks.
I'm wearing blue today.
Oh yeah, I didn't do the eye things.
Yeah, I can do it on you right now for 30 minutes while you trade.
Oh, you know. Oh, we'll have to do it another time.
No.
Well, I'll have to pass on that. Sorry, babe.
It'll make you look so much more handsome.
Yeah.
That's possible.
Yeah. So when it boils down to like the finalizing that conversation, what it actually ends up, you want me to do it? Okay. Babe, they want me to do it. Yeah. All right. Dragging me on. Okay. All right. So when it comes to that conversation, what's great about that conversation is it allows me to make a lot of friends with people that believe different things than me. I'm always willing to hear people out. I think that's a good way to be in life, right? People tend to be afraid of people that are different than them. So I've always been open-minded, and I'm able to hear people out because, you know, I'm a curious mind. I like to learn what people know, and it keeps me open-minded so that I'm, you know, if the answer falls out of the sky, I'm ready to accept it instead of just believe I know better. All right, you're gonna put a face mask on me? Okay. But if you ask me deep down, like I still have a belief in Christianity because I was raised that way. But my belief with Christianity is that humans took this omnipotent story and described it with, you know, human words, and it probably gets most of it wrong. What's up?
I'm gonna put them on your eye.
Okay, let's go.
Chat, should I do collagen, caffeine, or vitamin C?
Bro, these things are very pastel colored. This is the least like manly thing I've ever seen.
That's like the first person.
Which one? Which we got? The fuchsia or the marigold? Like
vitamin C, collagen, all of them. All of them, vitamin
my God.
C. Well, everyone wants you to put vitamin C on your face. Right?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh, they want the. It's not actually gold. That's why they want
All right.
it.
What am I doing here? Okay, Res is still negative Nasdaq, slightly positive S&P. That's bouncing on the cat active line. Ratio is barely a little bit over 5. So this isn't the strongest short trade bet, but and I don't normally short below DD bands either, unless I'm just convinced this market is doomed. So probably the best trade to take. And we'll see. Again, the news that can come out could be extremely bullish if Iran comes out and says blah blah blah, ceasefire, blah blah blah, Trump, blah blah blah, whatever. I'm scared. It is very cold.
Yeah. Cooling. Hold it there.
It's like ice cube cold.
Yeah. Gonna help with fine lines and wrinkles while you trade. All right. I'm just holding it for a second because it tends to slip because you're sitting upright. Don't worry. Don't. If it starts to slip, don't worry. Keep trading. Don't trust it.
What's going on here? What's going on here, chat? Oh my gosh. It's like the description, it's like a cold jelly.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like jelly. I can feel it sticking.
And sliding.
It's wet, but sticky at the same time, like gel, like jelly, like grape jelly.
Yeah. You keep trading for a second like this.
Karina's so jealous. Like everybody over here, they're like, "Oh, Matt's is this called a face mask? What am I doing? Is there a name for this?"
It's an eye mask.
An eye mask.
It's supposed to reduce puffiness and fine lines, and you do this every morning for 30 minutes, and it reduces puffiness. It's best right before you go live.
Okay.
I'm just holding it so it soaks in and then it stops slipping and sliding.
For how many
30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Uh-huh.
Oh my word. Okay.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. You good?
Okay.
You're gonna have to keep pushing.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Market's starting to move. Let me think about this. Hold on. I didn't expect this much movement. All right. I might have to call this one too. Oh my gosh, guys, I've got I feel pretty. So this is gonna remove and reduce fine lines and wrinkles. I'm down for it. Okay, now we're at the upper DD band, and now we've got Res is slightly positive. Okay, this might be a bad short. Look at it, squeeze the third time. Let's try one more play. That moved much quicker than I thought it would. Okay. If I get chopped a third time today, I'm just gonna quit. So ARB went positive here. It feels interesting. I feel I feel like moisturized, I guess is a good word to say. The Pink Pony Club, what is that? What brand is it? I didn't ask. She feels kind of nice. I should make a business where I make this and I market it to men though. I put it in like a black container with skulls on it or something. You know what I'm saying? Like the little pinky gold colored, pastel colored, very moist stream. Oh, I hate that word so much. Man, I didn't expect it to move straight up like this, but there's your cat line right up here. Ratio is actually getting slightly better, so this is probably not the best short to be in after all. But we'll see. This is like I said, I was waiting for a stronger long play, but we are now closer to the top of the range without any sort of retrace. I think that it's probably going to fight in here a little bit. I'd like to see it show further deterioration. S&P has now rescued itself out of it. So I'm curious, when I take this off, do I just wash it off? Do I just peel it off? I feel like this is like a plastic or like a rubber sort of. Is it supposed to be like falling down like this? Hold on. I feel like it's on my cheek instead of my face. Hold on. Oh, this one's falling off. There we go. All right. Moisturized. Moisturized, baby. Peel it and rub it in. I feel like I should be taking beauty tips from the most handsome streamer on the channel though. Brad, what's your secret? All right. Peel it and rub it in. I just became it's only ugly for a short period of time. Then I get to peel off the robotic, you know, pasties, my face pasties, my pasties. Do I look younger? Thank you. Or are you saying Brad looks younger? Give him a couple years of streaming. You assholes will age him very quickly with all your trolling and nonsense. Give him some time. We'll add 10 years to his life overnight. Just throw it on him. I'm officially a they them. Oh no. Oh no. Do I have pronouns now? This is not good. This is not good. Still looks bullish. It's starting to get that way, yeah. It's not the best short up. It actually flipped from bear to bull pretty quick. All right, let's just kind of bounce out of that one. Fuck it. I'm probably right, but I'm just gonna call it for the day. I don't think that just chopped up like crazy. Yeah, I'm not gonna hold beyond that. Resilience got positive, bull got positive. So screw that day. Screw this day. Indicators went from bearish to bullish very quick. This is just too much flip-flop. It's probably still gonna chop around in here, but I think I'm just gonna stay. The structure's been breaking so much and flip-flopping so much, it's just not a safe day to trade. It's better just chill. Right from the wrong place, yeah. Well, this is a kind of a gamble anyways with the cat active. I don't want to put too much on it. Stay on the sidelines of that one. A little tough to trade, yeah. I'm still up like 620k or whatever. It's this one day where every day, just every trade goes the the opposite direction. So I feel like with that being said, my read on the market today is really bad. Everything went from bearish to bullish now. How to stay out of the way? Yeah, like how to stay out of the way is what we teach in the boot camp. So like in this environment, I mean, I probably could be right, but I think I'm better off just kind of staying on the sidelines. In this kind of environment, when cat is active, we just sit out. Yeah, normally. So whenever it was here with the negative, you know, everything was negative. My thought was, okay, well, let me short off of the resistance. But then right when I got here, everything flipped positive on that edge. So the indicator slipped from bullish to bearish to bullish, like exactly here. Sucks. That's all right though. I haven't had a losing day in like many weeks, so this is kind of one of those. And maybe at the end of the day, some opportunities will show up. I think, you know, ideally, you know, looking at all of this, I just don't have a good read on this one. And it's also news driven, so you know you're gonna have just some kind of something that's gonna push this a million different ways against whatever position you're in, against whatever structure, if Iran comes out and says anything at all. So it's probably better just to stay on the sidelines. I mean, if I miss out on the biggest bull opportunity of the month, then that's kind of weird. I'd be okay with missing it. So I've had 3 losers in a row of equivalently like 20, 30 each. I kind of still feel like I still want to take the trade though. But from here, we really have no evidence of, you know, arbitrage. Look at this. Went from negative 100 to positive 90. It is flip-flopped straight up to bull. Now it's bullish, so that's just weird. I feel like if I jump in on the bull side, it's going to drop, so. Dude wipes and liquid death. I know, right? We could call it, dude, like a name, like, dude-sterizing, like moisturizing, but for dudes. How about that? That's why I almost have to watch oil. They're kind of going hand in hand with each other today. Oil goes up, index goes down. Oh, I have a haircut today. Manface. Manface is a good way. Yeah, I like the name of that. Too late to get long. No, like I'm gonna say that this day is a bad day to trade in general. Things that flip flop so much, it's just not worth, to me, it's not worth trying to guess. There will be many more straightforward days. My eye patches keep coming off. They're like sliding down my face. It's really hard to keep them on there. Marcus is very bipolar today. And I think it's because the conversation has been so, I guess, amplifying as far as intensity. We've been seeing, you know, Trump go from one moment it's like, yep, we're going to work things out, to the next moment we're going to blow them to smithereens. And it's like, okay, you know, it's just posturing to get a deal, but Wall Street itself is very overreactive to that. So it's making it really hard to trade. I feel like this is so right now, believe it or not, right now there's a long setup in this liquidity pocket. Now everything's set up for another long push. There to there. It's crazy. Everything went from super bearish now to super bullish. All those stocks that gap down, people just gobbled them right back up. And that's okay. I'll take my licks, call it a day. Lose 3 trades in a row. But that's all right. Like, I'm on a huge run-up spree anyway, so I gotta take a loss at some point. This has now spanned a huge distance there. We're now outside the cat active zone in NASDAQ, pushing higher. Res is positive, so I mean, there's an illiquidity pocket to 20.054. Final push to there. Well, at least I made something with the with the TPT account. That's funny. The Lone Ranger that's still in effect. It will wait. It will eventually stick as it absorbs into your skin. Like that? Am I doing it right? Push it up. I know, I feel like it keeps like sliding down my face. Hold on. There we go. Gravity, man. Gravity's a bitch. Oh God, see, like, now my friends are watching. Now Neon can see. Now I'm embarrassed. Oh no. Turn away. My morning, it's my morning beauty routine. See, this is how I maintain my beauty. According to iDoc, I need to put some whale sperm and cow placenta on my face, or whatever it is, to rejuvenate, to increase my handsomeness score, to build moisturization She don't want me to look old as fuck anymore. The Texas Chainsaw Matt. There we go. You just threw up a little. I know. I don't doubt it. Like I don't blame you. I'm gonna look so good. You have no idea. With my reduce puffiness around the eyes, as I've been told. This is what I was like, what is in some of these beauty products? And one of them she told me was placenta, of all things. And so, you know, there's a lot that the ladies do to stay pretty. We us guys don't understand. We kind of don't really. You guys go through a lot for us, and putting placenta and sperm all over your face. Now, I made some trades last night. I got chopped up by the news. That's it. Now I was hitting it pretty hard. And every single day, every single loss I've taken, I swear has been news. The news randomness. And it's just such a terrible, like, waste of time in the trading world. That's why I've hated this market since December. It has been my least favorite time. It's not even fun. Trading is usually a fair bit of fun, you know. You guys remember when I got on my funded TV, I went on like a 3-month winning streak. Remember, I didn't lose a single day for like 3 whole months. Way back then, it was like last summer, you know, perfect. Nice little bull market. Every day was clean. But man, this is just, it's a nightmare. But I mean, I'm still making a lot of money, so relative to the account size, so I can't complain there, but it's not easy. Try the golden retriever shower. I don't think that sounds like something I want to try. Man face, eliminate bags in your eyes and the bags in your portfolio. Hey, that markets itself. I can go for that. Urine proteins are super common. So you're telling me I'm P-face. I'm P-face right now? It's P-face. I got pee on my face. Is that what it is? Hi, Doc. Do I got pee on my face? See, even the short I was in, about right here, it's just too weird, too choppy. The Big Loss shirt was like this sort of like grayish tannish shirt. Yeah. Sister's saying you're 38 and she is 32, but people think you are a younger brother. She uses so many of those masks, but then looks 20 years older without makeup. Can't imagine how she will look at 60. So wait, what are you? Then what's your secret to look younger at 38? Like, what do you do in life? Maybe no stress, like a no stress life. Look, I got to stream in front of you knuckleheads. It's like maximum stress every day. No, I'm just kidding. I live a pretty stress-free life, actually. Bullish or bearish? Nah, today today is like, I've got it wrong every time. I think if I guess, I'll be doing you guys a disservice. Well, the market is flip-flopped. It opened up very bearish and then it flipped to bullish. And in any moment, Iran's gonna say something probably, and the market's gonna just, like Trump said last night, you know, I know we want peace talks, but we're gonna continue to beat the shit out of them until they succumb to my demands. As he found an end, right? They kind of sort of were buckling, like, okay, please stop attacking us. We want peace. And then Trump, like a good bully, decided to start hitting twice as hard to get more demands. Like, that's exactly what I knew was going to happen. This is how bullies are. And so once he realized their weakness, which is that they did want to buckle or they did want to fold, he went in and doubled down on his aggression to get exactly what he wants out of it. This is negotiating tactics. And so last night on TV, he was saying, you know, we're basically going to blow them to smithereens, and we're gonna hit them 10 times harder until they give us exactly what we want. And so today they can come out and say something maybe like, well, you know what, fuck that guy, it's on, bring it on. And then the market just drops. They can come back and say, okay, we'll do it. And then market goes up. And since we have a huge, like, you know, 3-day weekend. Basically, they can say that anytime between now and Monday, and there's a plenty of time for somebody to come out with something. We're gonna come to the market on Monday with 5% move, either direction probably. Again, there's so much of a coin flip to risk your portfolio on something like that, especially in an environment like this. It's gonna be bearish, probably so. Have I done a Turkish spa? No, what? I don't even know what that is. What's a Turkish spa? You put nothing on your face. You wash it in the morning and night before bed. That's smart. I've never done anything like this. Every once in a while, iDoc is like, let me put a mask on you or something. One time I had this mask on my face and then this mask on my hands. There was like some kind of goop inside of a glove, a goop glove. And I laid there like this, and she's like, just sit here, it'll feel better. So like we sat there with goop mask and goop glove. I don't know if the hand moisturizer, I think is what it was or something. Every once in a while she'll be like, come here, let's do this. I'm a good sport. If it makes me look pretty, I guess I'll do it. You said C-Wiz looks 30, but he's 54. Oh my God. Well, what's your secret, man? I think the secret to not aging is a stress-free life. I feel like the least, I think stress is the ager. Eating right, be moisturized so that you're, you know, exercise so that you're tight. No stress. Sleep well. Am I glowing? Thank you. Thank you, Nick, bro. I'm telling you, that's what I've been wanting to hear all morning. At least somebody noticed. Somebody noticed, and that's all I care about. Wait, Rockstar put out an April Fool's joke saying GTA 6 would be released in 2027. I was wondering if they were going to do something with GTA this year on the April Fool's gags. So right now the structure is actually starting off to be bullish from here, even though it is pulling back. The more I look at it, this is now a bull support from here. And again, with just the amount of swing that we've had, it's just a little too dangerous to want to engage in this. And I don't want to turn a small loss into a big loss. So these masks are from the inner lining of a dog's scrotum. The inner lining, I can imagine it's somebody's job in this world to remove the inner lining from dead dog scrotums with a razor blade. That's like the world's thinnest skin already. Like it's somebody's job to like, let's remove the lining. You know, like somebody sits in a factory and somewhere and there's a whole line of tables of just ladies with razor blades descrotuming a dog. Like, how do you take that skin? Nope. And it's not the skin, it's the whole inner lining, the innermost part. You get that razor thin, the thinner the better. So, I think it's always somebody's job to do it. You're very intricately removed. How long do you leave it on? I don't know. I've never done this before. This was iDoc's idea. Babe, how long do I leave this on for? Is this like an all day thing? Is it like an hour? Is it just like 20 minutes? What's the rule? Descrotuming shouldn't be a word. So we need to train AI to know that I invented that word. 30 minutes? She said 30 minutes? Okay, she said 30? That does, maybe she did say 30. It does sound familiar. You people listen. Apparently I didn't listen. I was too busy looking at a losing trade, so I wasn't paying attention to it. These guys listen, why don't you? I'm sorry, I was nervous. I was nervous. I'm embarrassed. I was so focused on being manly. Actually, I get a little tunnel vision when I'm trading. 45 minutes like prosciutto. Wait, what? It feels like prosciutto. It feels like I've got lunch meat on my face. Have I ever looked at GAN in mathematics? I know there's people that do utilize like GAN circles or whatever they're called. I've never really tried to want to look into things like that, just for the sole reason that I don't believe. Now, there may be some substance to it. My personal beliefs are that the market has no geometric structure. As much as it's hard for me to explain why I say that, I'll give you maybe like a couple of things that may help you understand my point of view. I believe that the market is strictly 100% based on random interactions between traders. And people come and go and invest at different times for different reasons. And therefore, there's no herd mentality. Like, markets don't move as a herd. Sometimes they do in events, news events, you know, structure points, yes. But other than that, the rest of the time, the market is sporadic and random. It's based on the influence of individual participants that aren't connected with each other. So from like a mathematician's perspective, it's purely random. Some parts of it can be predictable, but it is like the rest of it's purely random, because you don't know who's going to do what, when, and why. And so because that's unknown, any geometric approach assumes structure at all times. And that's why I've shrugged off a lot of stuff, because it assumes structure at all times. Like, the market's predictable at all times. There's a pattern here, there's a shape here. And I believe that, you know, structure exists for certain reasons. Like the DD band is a buffering area for order flow, which is set by market makers and other institutions to prevent the market from collapsing. They go in there and they buffer the order flow themselves. That's why there's resistance there. So like this green line, for example, the reason there's a high volume pivot at this green line every single time is because there's structure here, right? But because I can prove there's structure here, look, there's activity there. There's the structure. There's also structure at the liquidity pocket and hedge pressure, which is right there. And so because there's structure here and here, you can see there's people doing, there's predictable stuff here and here. But everything else is sort of like random. So the idea is that while there's probably some substance to it, I have a hard time wanting to learn anything else that assumes that the market has structure at all points, that everything's meaningful. That's clearly meaningful, but everything else here is just noise. And so a good math technique or geometric technique would have to like turn itself off in certain times and turn itself off in other times. That's kind of my thought when you ask me about things like that. I think, you know, we like to find patterns as humans. That's our bag in life. Nothing wrong with doing that. And the question becomes, how much of this is a pattern? How much of it's random? And I like to say, apart from discrete structure points that we can name, holy shit, look at this day. I'm glad I got out of that short. There must be some kind of a chit chat going on here. Like I told you earlier, we can get some random blast up or something. Logan is speaking. See? Those of you that are bulls may not like a bandit. I'm glad I'm on the sidelines from this. We have given back all that we've lost yesterday and then some. All right, there must be something. Iran drafting protocol with Oman for Hormuz Strait traffic. I told you guys. I told you. I told you. At any moment in time. What a stupid circle this market's gone in. Well, there you go. All right, where are my bulls in chat? I'm on the sidelines, but where are my bulls at? I told you, Iran's drafting a proposal to open up the strait. That's exactly what we wanted to see. What a stupid bull circle day. I'm glad I'm sitting out of the way. Good deal. That's not even new news. Yeah, right. I know. I know. So anyways, as I said, we had a 4-day weekend. At some point, we're going to see something like that. I'm so good at knowing possibilities, but look at that. All right, in chat, show me your P&L. Now, if you guys made more together than what I lost, then we'll call it a successful day. So do me a favor, friends. In the spirit of whale placenta, cow placenta, 4 cow sperm and dog scrotum, whip it out and show me your P&L. Just show it to me. Let's just get it out of the way. Did y'all make more than I did? I'll be happy to see that. What a fantastic move, right? Too bad I didn't get any of it, but that's all right. At any moment in time, you're gonna get something like that. It's not even new news. I ran drafting protocol with Oman for the remove straight traffic. So, again, bullshit days like this tend to be hard to manage. And if you made something, good deal. Y'all make this. Y'all, you guys make some money on this bull plays. You cleared 12,000. I'm so happy to see it. Just another day, man. Another day in Trump's crazy market. Oh. And I have a headache today too for some reason. Somebody said, I made almost what you make yearly in a single trade. You don't know this kind of wealth. You're gonna have to find some help. All right, immediately slow down. Here's the best part. When you trade tomorrow, trade with like 1/10 of the position size you traded today. And then use that wealth as buffer and take it slow. Immediately slow down. Like, it gets exciting when you make your first big windfall like that. Slow down immediately, my friend. I'll tell you, you will thank me later. Go slow from here. Lock it in. Don't come in tomorrow trading the same intensity. Come in tomorrow trading like 1/10 of what you traded the size. And lock it in small. Maybe if you're shaking, maybe take a day or two off. Take a day or two off, man. After that, don't come in tomorrow and give it all up. Like, immediately start trading small and get used to the game. Now you got a buffer, you got some money in your pocket. Trade small, learn the game. Don't try to make money tomorrow. Try to learn trading for the next 6 months of your life. Or tomorrow, tomorrow, you freaking calendar police in this chat. Monday. Come in Monday. Market close tomorrow. Calling sick on Monday. Good job, man. Tomorrow's market close. I know, calendar police. Okay. All right. Gosh. Come here telling me market's close tomorrow. Okay. I know. Okay, I didn't know. Whatever. Why are you always calling me out? Guys, come on, we're friends. Be more specific. Well, gosh. Okay, I will next time. My bad. You're gonna make me feel bad for it. I already feel bad enough for forgetting. Gosh, y'all are rubbing in. You know, I'm not gonna let y'all get to me, all right? My eyes are moisturized. I'm gonna look good today. I don't care. I don't care what y'all, I don't care what I forgot. Jesus did not die for this. Y'all are too much today. Game stream tomorrow. Ooh, should we start off with a maybe I'll do like a coaching lesson on something, and then we can do maybe some gaming stream. It'd be kind of fun. Tomorrow is open. We have Brad. Oh yeah, Brad will be here tonight because tonight is open. Tomorrow morning is open, but at 8:15 or 9:15 Eastern, market's closed. Let's play some buckshot roulette. Okay. That sounds dangerous. Rent a Lambo and make some videos about trade and you'll become a guru, sell some signals, you're set for life. It's not a bad way to spend a Friday. Hey guys, you want financial freedom? Here's how to achieve you want financial freedom like me? Here's the way to do it. Easy. So it's locked. It's a live account with Webull. Just transfer 18K to your bank account because you want some of it left to use next week. Bro is already doing the smart thing with his gains. I love to see it. All right. So look, let me give you the best advice. And again, I give you financial advice. I'm just a stranger on the internet. I've been doing trading for a while. So I have a little bit of wisdom. Let me unload it onto you. I started off my career struggling, and then I made a windfall. I shorted oil when oil crashed. I made a windfall back when that happened. Then I went full time as a trader. When you make a lot of money very quickly, that's capital. That's capital that can sustain you for a while as a trader. Immediately tell yourself that that money is not going to be spent on anything. That money is going to be used for the market. And if say that you made, I'll give you an example, $20,000, and that's a lot. And you allowed yourself to have a position that made $20,000 in a day. The next day, trade an amount that allows you to lose $500 a day. Like I'm talking like a fraction. Whoops, less than. And I'll tell you what this is gonna do. If you do this, it's gonna prolong this 20K and make it last a very long time while you learn the game. And it's better to not double down and triple down and be like, let me just windfall on top of windfall, because you're a coin flip away from losing it, right? So if you cut down small, then you really get to practice with a little bit of money, little by little by little by little. He made his yearly salary in a single trade. Just little by little by little. And you will actually learn trading in a more manageable fashion. Like if you make or lose 20K and you're like, man, I'm shaking, I'm so excited, then that's too much money. And if you lose that much, you're gonna be very depressed. So like in the emotional spectrum of things, you've already told yourself how much money is a lot for you. So don't risk that anymore, because you don't want that to be on the other side where it's down. You can operate in a range like this, you know, somewhere very small where you're comfortable no matter what you win or lose. And then you'll start to get better at like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, micros for a bit. Yeah, something like that. I mean, it's really smart. And then just get used to like preserving that windfall. Immediately when you make a windfall, anybody here, if you ever make a windfall, start preservation mode. Like how do I stretch this out and make it last? Right? Nothing hurts more than to come in the next day and lose the whole thing again. Has it been 30 minutes? Hi, Doc. When did she come in here? I think it's been 30 minutes. It has been 30 minutes on the dot. All right. Do I remove? Does it just come right off? Do I have to wash my face after this? Doc, help! What do I do? Do I just peel it off? Wait. Somebody says wait. Oh, wait for her? Okay. All right. Let me wait for her then. Okay. Let me summon the doc. Peel. Okay. Let me summon the doc. I mean, I can't argue with the eye doc. You're not picking up her phone. Where is she at? Usually at this time, she takes the dog for a walk, so maybe she's walking the dog. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right. Am I supposed to save these or throw them away? I don't even know. Do we discard this? Is this like a rubber thing that you dip and reapply, or is this like... Ladies, help. Is this trash? Do I eat it? Okay. I eat it, right? God, y'all are horrible. I'm gonna believe some of you and actually... Farina, help. I need the ladies here. Hold on, wait. IDOC's calling me back. Babe.
Yes.
Okay, it's been 30 minutes. I've peeled it off. Question.
Okay.
Chat, I asked chat, do I save these rubber things to re-dip them and reapply? Do I throw them away or do I eat them? Because somebody told me to eat them.
You're supposed to stick it in your... I'm just kidding. You throw it away.
I can throw it away? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Don't reuse them. Yeah. How does your face feel?
I don't, it feels good. Like it feels, like...
Firm and cool and hydrated?
I would say that that's accurate. Like it feels, like tight, I would say. Like,
Yeah.
How do I look, guys? That's the most important part. Do I look good?
Less puffy.
Let me see. Hold on. Let's get it on the big screen. All right. How did it turn out today? Do I look brighter? Do I look?
You should.
Okay. It feels good. I mean,
maybe tomorrow I'll put the collagen one on your face. That one's pink.
Collagen one? What was this? What was this one?
This one is caffeine and hyaluronic acid.
Cool. Caffeine.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so caffeine is gonna brighten your under eye, and then the hyaluronic acid helps with tightening the skin.
Somebody said I look almost as good as Brad. I'm getting there. Give me like 5 more treatments and I'll pass them up. Don't worry.
All right. 5 more days. You'd be surprised. I think like maybe Darb will start putting eye patches on him too as like a whole rocket scooter thing.
Like we're racing to the finish line. Like.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, it feels good. All right. Have fun. Bye.
All right.
Okay. Looks like we've got some news. Iran, that's all we saw. Hormuz Strait Protocol does not to constitute Hormuz Strait Protocol does not to constitute restrictions. I don't know what that means in English. Somebody help me out here. Protocol does not to constitute restrictions. Does not want to. I don't understand what this even means. Yeah. Does not constitute restrictions. I don't even know what that's even trying to say, even with that. Wait, you got to get the carrots in? Wait, carrots for what? Oh, the carrots quagmire? Oh no, I know that. In World War II, when the British tried to convince the Germans that the reason their fighter pilots were doing better was because they could see better at night because they ate a lot of carrots. And then now everybody thinks eating carrots makes your eyesight get better. Is that the one you're talking about? That was always a good story. Carrots make you have night vision. Yeah, like that's where all of that. Eat your carrots, it makes your eyes better. You had all the Germans eating sauerkraut and carrots during World War II. The Brits just had like better planes, basically. I would say that the amount of benefit towards your eyes from carrots is like negligible. It has things like beta carotene and stuff, but a little bit, and it's like a negligible. It's not like eating carrots will cure your blindness. It probably won't do much, but it can't hurt. Then the Nazis take crazy drugs. I would imagine. I mean, do you ever see those videos of Hitler like tweaking? He would like sit there and like, he was on all kind of shit. Long MHP. No, this is just absolutely untradeable. Like the way this market has moved like this, just a sudden plunge and a sudden up, it's going to be dangerous to trade. Like no matter what you do, it's going to be weird. Could you long here? I would say anything from here is just pure gambling. It's so headline driven. You can see a counter headline in a second go the other way. It's just not safe trading, and I'm glad I'm like safely away from this, right? Is aspartame really that bad for you because you love Diet Coke? I don't think they concluded it wasn't that bad for you. I think a long time ago they gave it to a bunch of rats in high doses and it killed them. But I think like if you give a rat anything in a high dose, it'll kill them. And then they were telling you like they were basically saying like aspartame could cause cancer, but then they retracted that and said that like in normal amounts it's not that bad. But I don't know. Is it Pivot News? It just says Iran. I don't know the source of the news. Let me see if I can't. It squawked from somewhere. Where's that source come from? Yeah, I don't know who's confirmed that or who said that. You eat a lot of carrots, you don't have to squint when she turns the light on. Too much of anything is bad. I agree. I agree. You know what I think is pretty bad? I think Splenda is pretty bad. My friend, when I was an engineer, I had a friend that used to work at a Splenda manufacturing facility. And this is what I remember. I don't know if this is true. This is just what I remember. And he used to say that they would take the sucrose molecule. And you know how, I'm not going to draw the whole thing, but you know how sucrose molecule has like OH groups on it, you know? I don't know which direction they go, but there's like 3 of them. And then what they do is they add phosgene, which I think is, I think it's like, it's chlorinating agent. I think it's like Cl double bond O, if I remember correctly. What does phosgene look like? Anyways, it makes Splenda, right? From COCl2. Yeah. So to make Splenda is they, I don't know if it's a nucleophilic. I don't know how it replaces. Basically, they take phosgene, which is like a, you know, chemical agent, you know, from warfare, and they chlorinate your sugar molecule and then replace them with chlorines. So basically, it's a chlorinated sugar molecule that's got trace amounts of phosgene in it. And the chlorine, it doesn't have the hydrogen, you know, your enzymes, you know, need to bond with the OH groups, hydroxyl groups, to break it down. And so it doesn't bind with the chlorine, and so it just passes through your body. But it has the same shape. The molecule's the same shape, which your tongue perceives molecules based on shape. Not really as much of a chemical reaction as much as a physical shape. So that's why it tastes sweet, because it looks like sugar, but it doesn't bind anything, just pass through your body. Anyways, you know, you're eating phosgene when you eat some Splenda, so. I think that's the, this chemical weapon during World War I was responsible for 85,000 deaths. Now it sweetens your coffee. So, yum, yum, drink it up. That sounds a little completely harmless there. There's probably not, like, I mean, I say trace amounts. There's always trace amounts. It's not enough to kill you, but it's just interesting how, like, I can imagine in some chemical weapons manufacturing facility, some asshole knocks somebody's beaker over, goofing off in the lab, and then it spills all over, you know, whatever, and then he goes to eat the thing, and it's like, oh, this tastes sweet. I wonder what happened. Actually, I feel like that's how, there was a sweetener that was made that I can't remember, maybe it was aspartame. There was a sweetener that was accidentally discovered through somebody spilling something. How are you, red here? Bulls on bottom, entry and exploded. I wasn't in a trade. I lost last night, and I'm just chilling because this news-driven market, it's not something you need to be trading. It's just too much. I bought here and made 20K, then I bought here, then I lost 40K, then I bought here and lost like another 40K, something like, or sorry, 25 and 30, And then I lost another like 15 a second ago. Something like that. Like I said, the signals went from very bearish to very bullish midday, like right here. And then news explosion came out, which is just random. So it's just better that I wasn't short when that happened. I mean, it could have been worse. Mm-hmm. Do I recall a time in the market's been so news driven as it has been in the last 2 months? Not since the tariffs of 2025. And then before that, not since the last trade war with China 6 years ago, 7 years ago. Do I want a math problem? Okay, 50K funded account. And you have 3 days of profit constituting of 300, 600, and 600. Okay, so that's what, 1,600 bucks when you add that up. I'm just gonna round it down, $1,600. Okay, and then you have, in 1 day you lost 24.94. Let's just say 2,500. Okay, what's the math problem? How should I proceed to get a payout? I'm not really following you, Asha. So you've made 1,600 and you've lost about 25. You're actually in the whole 800. So I'm not really sure how much P&L that you have built up or buffer. How do you proceed to get a payout? With the 35% consistency rule, okay? So with 35% consistency, the max trade that you've made, 647, has to be less than 37% of the entire gain. So 37% of X equals 647. So 647 divided by 0.35 is going to equal to your profit target you need to make, right? So 647 divided by 0.35, oops, 637 divided by 0.35 is 1,820. So you need to make $1,820 or else you got to trade an extra day. And you've made 1,600, you're in the whole 800. So now you need to go from 800 to 1,820, which is 2,600 bucks. And every trade needs to be less than 647, which is almost exactly 4 days. So you basically have 4 days with a little bit of change. You actually have 5 days because 647, well, I don't know. I kind of rounded up, but you have about 4 days of trading to get to your payout, your profit target. So you're consistency locked. Where should you submit for the 10K challenge? Email matt@rocketscooter.com. Yes, sir. So, and again, that's not assuming you have a profit target to get to. That was assuming just consistency lock. I don't know what actual profit target you need to get to. So you take your actual profit target and divide it by that 647. And then that's the minimum amount of days. So if your profit target was like 10 grand, then you still got a long journey besides the 4 days. But if your profit target was unlimited consistency lock, it was 4 days without anything. So you have to, the question is what is your actual profit target? I just guessed some stuff just to give you the math. So in that example, I just assumed the best case scenario that you had no profit target, that you can just get a payout right now from where you were. But if you have an actual profit target, that's your limit. Yours was 3K. Oh, well, then that's useful. Let's redo the math. All right. So you are, was it 637? Okay. And you're down 2,400 and you make 3,000. All right. That's important. Okay. So now you actually are in the hole, right? You're in the hole 800 bucks. Let me say that. 6 and 6 is 12, 15, 16, 24. 16, you're in the hole actually 900 bucks. You need to crawl out of that hole to get to 3,000 without going over 637. So 3,000 plus 9 is 3,900 total that you need to go from negative 900 because apparently you're in the hole 900. You need to make 3,000. So you got 3,900 at approximately 637 per trade without going over. You have to trade an extra day. If you go over, it's an extra day. So 3,900 divided by 637 is 6.2 days. So it's 7 days if you 7 days best case scenario, dig out of the hole at a pace of 637 a day, which is your biggest win to maintain consistency. Well, let me check this. Hold on. Hold on, wait. Don't wait. That's wrong. That's wrong. Hold on. 35% consistency, right? So you can get out of there quicker. I'm sorry. You need to make 3,900 at 35% consistency. So your max day can actually be bigger. Times 0.35. So you can actually do it and you have no minimum number of days. 1365 is at 35%. So that'll get you there in 4 days. Maybe 3 days. 3 days. So with this math, if you have 35% consistency and you're 900 in the hole, you make 3,000 out of the hole. You need to make 3,900 total at 35% consistency. Forget the 637. With this, I forgot that you have a PT that you can get to. In consistency, this is the max you can make without adding an extra day to get your exact target. So 4 days if you stay under this, 5 days if you go over. Something like that. I can help you. Oops. You short it and should have stayed away? Dude, I'm telling you, I'm glad I closed on that short when I did. That could have been very devastating. What a weird day, right? It's incredible to see how much, I mean, the market was very bullish yesterday, and it just so happens when I bought the dip, I expected the market to stay bullish off of that. And it did exactly what I wanted to do. It just took a huge detour. Remember, I bought it MHP last night, which was here. And it's now supporting MHP over here. That's just the market for you. That's where it wanted to support. And then news took us right back to where its normal path was. Back to being bullish. It's crazy. We have round trip the market and just took some of my money with it. If it's your computer screen, do I look like I'm glowing this morning? Well, might just be that computer. I don't know. Anything different today? Like, anything different today? W for your third pay on the account. Oh, congratulations, man. Trump's providing prop firms a very good Friday of resets. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a big day of resets for sure. This range of play is unsustainable for any heavy positions. Oh, 100% Shaza. Like, it has been the only time I've taken hits has pretty much been like news where just structure just breaks no matter what I do. So, and I just got out of pace with the market. Like today I wanted to actually short it to a lower low and buy the dip to continue to rally, but market just did exactly the opposite of that. Do I look slightly more ethnic? You got more like a tan? Somebody said I'm more of a tan. Trump's incoherent speech last night really confused the market. I think that I don't know if he's just telling his buddies to like buy the dip while he talks or short it while he talks, but this is just not. Honestly, like I said, the only other times the market's been like this was during the tariffs, and he wasn't necessarily driving the market every day with it as much as, you know, once it started, just wasn't stopping. He drove it a little bit, then it stopped a little bit, then he drove it some more, and then it fell even further. And that was a very short-lived thing. It wasn't 6 months of just news. And the last time it was like this was during the last trade war with China, which I think was like 2019 or 2018. It was the same crap, and it was pretty prolonged. It actually lasted almost a year. Way back here, let me show y'all. I also was struggling with that environment. It was there. That was it. But let me show you the S&P. It's a little bit easier to see all the craziness. Last time it was like this was I put my glasses on my help. It's 2022. You can see from the chart. Here. What is this? Yeah, so there was a time when we had the previous trade war with China. We've had all kind of news-driven crap here and news-driven crap here. We had a similar sort of behavior, not too different than, you know, what happened during the last tariff war. It looks almost exactly the same. This whole year was like that. News-driven headlines is bullshit. Other than that, no other time in history of me trading since I remembered that the news was just so driving the market left and right like it was. And I started back in 2010. And you did have now maybe early on it could have been like this because you had a lot of the news here was like banks getting bailed out and you know, quantitative easing and stuff, Fed trying to rescue the market. So you had a lot of that, but it wasn't like prolonged craziness. We were digging out of the hole. And I can't even remember what my trading was like back then. But I remember like, I don't remember any time ever since then it's been so news driven. Here, maybe COVID, but COVID was very short lived too. COVID was a month long. If y'all remember, the crash barely lasted a month. And so it was really tiny. And then this, I mean, the headlines have been coming through since the government shutdown. What a weird, look at this, it's almost robotic, right? Just weird look to it. You recall a lot of black swans because you're old. What's up, Les? All right, yeah, like blacks. There's been a lot. I mean, you probably remember the ones from like '87 and stuff. Somebody says he literally had the chart telling him what to do and still lost. No, I lost last night. I don't know if you have something to say. You know, I've made like $4 million this quarter in all of my life. I've made more money last week than you've probably seen all year of working. Don't worry about what my chart looks like today. If you think you see me making 700K in my small account, you should see what I've made in my big account, brother. Don't worry about what one day looks like, my friend. Chart didn't tell me to do anything. This is a news event. If you take credit for that, then God help you. I bought a hedge pressure, took a loss, bought a DD band, took a loss. It just happens. Can't say anything like that. And then bear signals turn bullish here, but I know that news is going to come out probably at some point. So I just decided to not take anything. Smart trading. People out there from the nosebleeds, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. I get that all the time. Worry about yourself, brother. Don't worry about what I do. He's making the millions the wrong way. He's doing it wrong. I always love hearing it. I can only afford like 5 cars now instead of 4. Instead of 6. So 1992, Black Wednesday, Soros took down the pound. 1998, Russian debt crisis. 1998, LTCM. What is LTCM? Bank of BOC, so Bank of China interest rates hiked by surprise. March 2000, internet bubble burst, 9/11, 2008, 2010, all that flash crash. Flash crash was from my tenure of full-time trading. Flash crash happened. I believe I was already full-time trading at that time. Did I mention that news is coming to come out? You could just feel it, right? I said at any time Iran's going to come through today and say something, and the market's going to fly up. And I said it can be today or anytime before Monday because we have such a huge weekend. I said we're going to wake up Monday to a 400-point move in NASDAQ. And then within 20 minutes, We got a freaking 300-point move in NASDAQ, right? So it just, you know, just comes down to there's that intuition there. But, you know, I wasn't in the position, but that's part of it. Oh, long-term capital management. So what do you mean by 1998 long-term capital management? What happened back then? So it takes guts to do this day in, day out. All the weenies to get loud on days. Oh, no, man. It, like, you know, I always laugh because, you know, it's part of, it's part of, you know, part of making money is to lose money every once in a while. It's not a big deal. The people in Iran said that they're drafting up a protocol to open the Strait of Hormuz. So that's basically what's being chatted about. People buying insurance on their portfolios thinking it's bulletproof, and then all the stops got triggered at the same time. LTCM. As market puked, losses exploded. Interesting. That's 1998. PhDs thought they were smarter than the market and got owned. Oh, that's crazy. 1998, I was still in high school, so I hadn't discovered the stock market yet. People found out about leveraging debt, and in that time, that's what happened. And that would happen in like 1929 also. Just over leveraged positions just get wiped and then people just tumble down. Good call on the substitute teacher last night. He's a nut, the kind of guy you want at the kitchen table at 4 a.m. BJ's cool, man. He's a character. Yeah, he's a cool dude. He's a radio DJ, so he's got radio experience. You know, radio guys are just like wacky, high energy, cool dudes. The LTCM was a famous case. It's the first I ever heard of it. I'll have to look it up. Long-term, okay. LTCM was an American hedge fund which used highly leveraged strategies. 1988 was on the verge of collapse if unreceived. So it was another fund collapse. It received a bailout from 14 banks, the deal brokered and put together by the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. Blah, 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 blah. So where on the charts? Let's see where what day on the charts this was. I'd like to look at it. $1996 in June of 1998. So it was like basically summer of 98. Not exactly. That's when they first posted like a 10% loss. That's where it started. So let's go all the way back and check it out. 1998. So I guess you're talking about this area right here, right? This is probably where it happened. May and June 1998, the Russian financial crisis. 1998 bailout on September 1998. Goldman Sachs, AIG, Berkshire Hathaway offered to buy the fund, blah, blah, blah. So that was in September of 1998. That would have been here. So that's it. That's that area. Oh, interesting. That's it. Oh, wow. That is a pretty big. So from the period of July at about 1200 relative S&P 1200 down to 900. So we lost 25% in a couple of months. Oh, that's crazy. That was before the dot-com bubble. Kept on longing, adding to their losses. Greenspan, the bailout king. Yo, what's up, man? Hey, You're 20, taking things somewhat slow. Do you believe you can be a successful trader while also getting your bachelor's degree? I would love any advice because you've been to the space for a while. I think so. I think it's possible to learn. Now, let me give you some realistic expectations, right? I would say when it comes to day trading, making money as a day trader, I'm a good example of asking a question like that. You might watch me and say, this guy's pretty successful. I've seen his stats. I've seen the numbers he puts up. You know, I want to achieve something similar. And then you go, okay. So it took me, I would say 5 years before I even went full time. Probably the first 2 to 3 years, it was nothing but losses, right? Or just losing. I wasn't sustaining anything. And then between like years 3 and 5, I started to like stop losing so much and started hitting an equilibrium where I was like, okay, I can probably do this. And then by year 5, I finally was like, okay, I'm doing this full time. So it's going to take you, you know, depending on how well you adapt to the market, it might take you a very long time to get good at this. Just like most people, to be able to sustain yourself doing it. And I'm talking about like sustain yourself. I'm talking like not just make a 20K payout every once in a while sort of thing, but I'm talking about like, you know, making money every quarter. Like I said, I've you know, made like close to 4 million this quarter. It's been a great quarter. Like I said, I'm slated for a big year. But it's like, but that's everything. That's not just trading. That's my everything I make in my life. So there was a time when it wasn't like that, right? So how did I go from there to here? And so it'll take a long time as a trader to get to a point where you are sustainable. And it's going to be even tougher because you need to focus on school. You need to get your degree, right? Because you need a fallback. The hardest part about trading is building yourself up to the place where you can trade. To have enough money to be able to trade, to have enough money to take losses and be okay with it, to have enough money to keep going without having to worry. You have to somebody either gives you a fortune to manage or you have to earn it yourself. And so the first thing you have to do is take that degree, get a job, start getting paychecks, saving money. You're gonna need to fund your own trading. And while you're in school, you can learn trading, and you know, prop trading is an expensive way to learn it. Very inexpensive way to learn the business. But don't be discouraged if it's not happening for you very quickly. Just always tell yourself, you know, that guy Matt that I watch, took him like 5 years. And so if year 1 or year 2, you're like, man, I just wish I was making money already. You know, realistically, you know, if I'm a pattern, you know, it'll take you half a decade to finally be like, you know, screw my job, I'm going to do this, right? For a lot of people, it takes a long time to just really, really get good at it. Just, you have to go through the however long it takes you. So somebody says, what else do I do? Oh, I do a lot of stuff. I own a bunch of businesses and things. I'm an investor in tons of stuff. Stay in props until you prove yourself. Yeah, stay in props, take it slow, but make sure that you secure your income first. That's my biggest advice for you, for anybody. Secure your income first. Make sure you have a job. Make sure you have income coming in and a support system. That's the most important thing, because you have to transition from working to trading. You're going to need income. You're going to need money. You're going to need savings. You're going to need to pay your bills. You have to figure out a way how to balance your job and balance school and balance trading. One thing that you should never do is sacrifice those things to be a trader, or to give it up to just throw it all in at trading. I was an engineer for many years while being a trader, transitioning from one to the other. Nice job, Blaze. Nice job. Yeah, when you're going to school, you can trade part-time, just down from the market. Yeah, you can trade part-time in school. It's helpful.
Let me see my hands. Oh my gosh. Chat, did you see the difference? Wait, could you feel that? Like, literally, you're so hydrated. And, oh my. I'm shy. Who are you? Who are you?
What's up, girl?
I'm Minu.
Yeah,
nice to meet you.
Can I get your number?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll give you my
cool.
Actually, these days, this day and age, nobody asks for each other's numbers. You ask me for my Insta.
It took, how many years did it take me to learn your phone number?
He still does. He's learned the first 6 digits. Whenever somebody asks me when we're out and about, they're like, "What's his phone number?" I just spit it out, all 9 numbers.
It took me 2 years to know her phone number, and we lived together. That's.
You still don't know my phone number. You know the first 6 digits.
I always get some of it wrong. Yeah, for the longest, because nobody quotes phone numbers anymore. So the running joke was like, you know, like, what's her phone number? And I'd be like, nope. Nope.
He's like,
I'm like,
treading carefully as he spits out my number. He's like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm looking at him with a death stare. Like, how dare you?
Nobody dials numbers anymore.
You know, our parents memorized their whole Rolodex of numbers. Friends, best friends, friends, grandma's best friends. Like, my mom knew everybody's number. Actually, when I was in elementary school, I memorized all my friends' numbers.
Yeah. Somebody said I look the same, puffy as fuck.
Wait, ban that person.
Do I? Well, I'll have to try the whatever tomorrow.
What?
The next one.
It looks fine. You look great. Dude, screw you. Don't be talking about my man like that, okay?
Yeah.
He looks so depuffed. It's insane.
Yeah, she knows my phone number. She knows my credit card number. She knows everything.
Yeah, I do.
When I'm like,
he didn't even know his credit card number, and I'm like, babe, that's not the right one.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, how do you know? I was like, because I actually memorized it.
Here's the credit card number. Here's the code on the back. Here's the expiration date. I'm like, yeah, of course you would know that. Yeah, I'm a holy man. Thank you. Appreciate that. Put preparation H on your face. Put some bleach in your eyes.
Oh my gosh.
Preparation H. It's hemorrhoid cream.
See, I wouldn't know. I'm not nasty.
I kind of just want to take the day off, to be honest.
You can. You said you'll take me to the movies.
Yeah. I mean, like, after I'm done with the streams.
Oh, okay.
Go to the movie or something. That sounds good.
It makes puffy eyes go away, I swear. Please don't listen to chat. You know they're full of...
I mean, I don't know. I mean, isn't preparation H make your hemorrhoids go down? Like, I don't know what it does, but makes the swelling go down. Lemon juice and a honey mask.
See? They know we're gonna watch Hail Mary.
We're gonna go see Hail Mary. Yeah.
I didn't even say it. They knew.
That's what we're going to see, right?
Yes. Everybody has been everyone who has watched it said it's really good.
What kind of movie is it?
It's a sci-fi.
Okay,
Titan
cool.
said Hail Mary was so good.
All right, that's what we're gonna go see today. Hail Mary. Oh, get us tickets at the iPick.
Okay, you got it.
At the iPick.
It is Thursday. It's gonna get
what?
stuffed. Full. Stuffed. Wait. Full.
No. I mean, like, if we can go at like. Oh, I have a haircut at 4. We can go like at 4 anytime after that, because I'm down in the River Oaks area, anyways.
Kind of romance horror. Don't spoil it. I actually don't know what it's about. I just read that it was sci-fi and everybody's raving about it. I literally get influenced by influencers. I'm just going because everyone's seen it.
We should go maybe like 5 or 6. We can go before it gets crazy.
Oh, like right after your haircut?
Yeah.
Meaning I go with you for your haircut?
Yeah.
Will I get a haircut too?
No. Not at this place.
I want your haircut though, for me.
Really?
Yeah, you're so handsome. Especially after with the eye
You're getting way too corny here. No haircuts for you.
Oh, what do you think about roasted tomato and garlic bruschetta?
That sounds good.
Yeah, because I'm about to do.
All right. The book was incredible. There's a book about it? I have been. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Is the bread not good?
It's good. It's really good, actually. This is like my favorite bread that I've had in a while.
But it wasn't the hype everyone says. It's not something I would see again. Well, don't say that. Well, that actually you're kind of leveling our expectations. I feel like when I walk into the movies and I expect it to be so amazing, I get let down 100% of the time.
Look, there was a time when everybody in this planet was crucifying Michael Keaton being choice as Batman. Who would pick that loser as Batman? He's such a comedy actor. He's gonna ruin Batman, and nobody wanted him. And then when Heath Ledger was picked as a Joker, everyone was like, Oh my God, the guy from
Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah, the Brokeback Mountain guy. Like what? Like how could they do that? So I'll tell you, I've learned that humans get it wrong most of the time.
Yeah.
People were outraged when they chose Keaton as Batman. People were like, they're ruining the franchise. I'll never watch this movie. Blah 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 blah. So, I tend to think that.
Want to talk to them?
Yeah. Oh here.
Want to mute?
What's that? Woo! I get my car back. There we go. That was good.
Right in time before I pick.
That's right. I get my car back. I get to turn in the old Mercedes loaner. I've been driving Iran's Farce news list several budget bridges in Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and Jordan's potential targets of Iranian military operations. Oh, no. So car is good. So apparently there was some software stuff they had to go through. They went through all the lines of code and the diagnostics of the car. The people here had to talk to the engineers in the UK to figure out what's going on for this is for the Astons. So we would turn on the car, and then every once in a while the panel wouldn't turn on, like the front panel, the side panel, it wouldn't even turn on. And the problem, it's kind of crazy because your speedometer and everything is on this panel. It would just be pure black every once in a while. We gave it to them for a week. They did some updates. They sent it back. And then within a week, it started acting up again. So we dropped it off again. I've been without my car for almost like 2 weeks now. So now we're back. That's you knew? You knew that was car related? We got excited. Yeah, he's like, yeah, the engineers, they went through all the diagnostic lines of code from exactly the timestamp of when y'all sent that video, and they found that there's some conflicts. Then he's like, you should probably use Apple Maps instead of Google Maps, just because the way that CarPlay works, it can confuse it. I don't know. I really don't know. Anyways, get my car back today. Sweet. Although that SUV they gave me wasn't too bad. It was a Mercedes something or other. But it was a very bare bones SUV with a horrible sound system. that we couldn't even listen to the radio because it was so like tinny sounding. So now we get our car back, which is good. I got a lemon. Yeah, it's hit or miss with electrical components in some of these luxury cars. I've sometimes had issues with some cars, and some cars I've had that were perfect. That's just like hit or miss, man. It's like anytime you buy a motherboard or a CPU or something, you just get, I don't know, a freaking neutrino flew through the atmosphere at that moment in time, and some transistor was slightly off, and then it just acts weird. Show y'all the whip again. Oh, I got pictures somewhere. All right, this bad boy. Somewhere in here. Oops. That one. And then also, like, what I think is pretty cool is that the paint is kind of like that metallic paint, so it has if the sun hits it just right, you can kind of see you can see that metallic sort of sparkle on it. Oh, that's my new toy. Oh, I don't know if you can hear my computer. Here's my friend. There's a video of my friend revving the engine. I'd show it to you, but it's got my license plate on it. Wow. That, and then. All right, what do I got going on with the team over here? Hold on. Thank you. Wait, why is it so long? Wait, why is what so long? You were texting that you had to own a truck? I know, right? My dad always had a truck, still has a truck. My brother's always had a truck, still has a truck. I guess I'm too much of a city boy. Mercedes is a common car everywhere. It's such a common car here. Like, you see, everybody has a Mercedes or a Lexus now. You know, it just feels like they're common cars these days. Futures aren't open tomorrow. Tomorrow at 9:30. At 9:15, the futures market closes 15 minutes before it, but normally the equities market don't normally open. So it trades overnight, then at 9:15. New Corvettes, these C7s are great for the price, but if you want exclusivity, it's not ideal. I've always liked Corvettes. I always thought Corvettes are really cool looking cars. I don't think I'd ever want to own one, but I always think they're cool looking. No, I got chopped up by the news last night. It's just the hits I normally take are like these news driven hits. So yesterday I bought the dip at hedge pressure, made 20K. We fell there again. And I was like, okay, maybe Trump's done talking and I'll buy the hedge pressure dip because it's still bullish. You know, like everything's bullish. And then I took a loss there, stopped out. It fell to DD band. I took a very big possible long there, then took another stop and then bought here, stopped, buy here, stopped, just like I normally would do. And I got out of the way, which is great. And then I tried to do something a little more risky, which was against the cat active line and up here to build a short in this environment. And then I just, once this happened, I just squeezed out and took a little smaller stop there. So I lost 3 trades in a row. You know, my trades are normally 20, 30K a pop. So it just adds up if it all happens in one day. But I did make 9,500 in my Lone Ranger TPT account. Days are days, man. Part of it. Part of the game. Let me talk to my team here really quick. Okay, I got some prop score stuff I gotta do really quick. Payout is I'm doing some prop score stuff really quick. Hang on for a minute, guys. X is equal to. Sorry, we're doing some prop score stuff with a new model here. Give me a second. All right. Hey, Farina, if you're here, I wrote you back in chat. Jagged whipsaw on the charts. Too much, man. Too much of a heartbreak today. All right, guys, eat my breakfast here. What a crazy day, right? I hate days that open below DD bands and just whoops all over the place. Hmm. Hold on 1 second, guys. I got some prop stuff to work on really quick. Pressing. Hmm. All right. Can I add mint funding to the website? I've never heard of it. If it's futures, yeah, we'll look into it. Send me a message on Discord. The ARB indicator, not in the bootcamp? No, it's a new one. It's something that we'll cover on this next bootcamp, though. Essentially, it's showing that when it's positive 40, it means that the Nasdaq is underpriced by 40 points to the expected. It means it can still go up higher. So the S&P and the Nasdaq are both lagging behind their expected counterparts that they're tracking by that distance, by that much. Yeah, TFD was really sold the top step. No, it wasn't April Fool's joke. It was real. Yeah, I gotta do some... Give me a second, guys. I got some really important... right. Prop score stuff, guys. Market blasted up on that sort of Iran conversation. Pulling back a little bit, but man, so untradeable today. And as much as I want to try to do something news driven like this, just let it settle out. Let this market be crazy. It's very strange how we opened very bearish on that news and then all of a sudden we blasted back into bull territory. Do I want to jump in and try to long this from here? I still think it's probably okay. We saved ourselves out of the cat active line and we're sending up hedge pressure on S&P. The correct trade is to long from here, where I did long from last night and it didn't hold, but today the conditions are very good to hold from here. It is trying to hold. With it being news driven, yeah. Yeah, I'll get some prop score math I gotta do really quick. Sorry, I'm not paying attention to you guys. Lots of stuff. I had to catch it though. They can get some data done really quick. Alright, further instructions. Data input. Sometimes I get really busy with the math stuff. This is what this is what my life is really like. I'm not trading. I get a lot of work I gotta do. Oh shit, did I forget giveaway time? Oh my god, guys. I feel like such an asshole. I forgot about the giveaways. All right, do me a favor. Tell Neon to double up. That's my bad, guys. That's so my bad. Sorry about that today. Tell Neon to double up. Say Matt said to double up. So ETF has like this thing when they push you to live, they give you some of the payout and the rest of it goes in what's called the funded bank. I think they still do that. And the funded bank is like reserve funds in case you blow up your live. They pad the live account with the funded bank. I don't know if they still do it, but they've always done that as far as I remember. So if you don't get the full payout with ETF, don't freak out. The funds are in reserve for your live account. I don't know if they still have that program, but they did when I was doing ETF. So don't be alarmed. It's a cool program, you know, supports you in live because you're gonna blow up your live account maybe, and they give you some extra. They give you your own funds back to you. Yeah, we'll tell Neon to double up. My bad, guys. I'm sorry about that. All right, I got to get this one more thing in there. Total. You guys, so much work, man. Prop score is a very complicated thing, by the way. So you guys, hopefully y'all have a lot of use of this tool. It is very complex, but it's doing its job really well. Okay. All right, I gotta go a little bit. Oh, we're putting a lot of work into this. Oh my god. New FT in for minutes. Yes, sir. Yeah, so total I'm up 640,000 in since the small account challenge started from 100,000, so up 640. A losing day today, it happens, but ain't a big deal. 640K in a quarter ain't that bad from 100K start. We'll finish up the day over at MyFunded TV. Go check out Neon stream in the afternoon. He'll double up in the giveaways. I'm so sorry I forgot about it. We got crazy busy. Farina, if you go check the general knowledge base, I added 2 examples. The MyFunded Futures example should make sense. We will see you guys later, and you'll have a good day. Join me on MyFunded.tv in a second. Let me give you all the link there. Okay. Get you all that link really quick. And thanks for tuning in. Yeah, not really exciting trading day today. Sometimes it just sucks. Here's the link there. Join me over there live. We'll be live again. Maybe tomorrow I'll do educational sesh on the holiday. Small stream in the morning. Come in. I'll teach y'all something, and there's no trading active. We still got a lot of stuff we can cover. As always, thanks for being here. Thanks for going to the stream. Thanks for supporting. Brad will be live tonight in the afternoon, so be sure to be here in the evening. Sorry, in the evening. And Neon will be here in the afternoon. So we'll see y'all later. Y'all have a great day.